You're producing as always. It's Wednesday, right?
It is Wednesday. It's not Tuesday. It's Wednesday. You might think it's Tuesday, but it's really not. It's Wednesday.
My days are so jacked up. And talking to people today, their days are all jacked up.
Mm-hmm.
And you think, okay, we're coming off of, Memorial Day, so just about everybody was off on Monday. And then, this coming Monday, we're working, but we're gonna go do the show up in Dallas at the Texas Rangers game.
We are?
Well, maybe. As long as you get the hall pass, right?
Yeah.
And then, it's just like, so you're just juggling all, oh, yeah, that's next Monday. And you talk about stuff, and then your calendar flips, and you go, holy crap, next week is next week. But until you flip the calendar, you don't realize how quickly some things are coming your way.
Dude, tomorrow is June 1st already.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to this year? It just has flown by. That's for June 1st tomorrow. Not only is it June 1st tomorrow, we got a lot of things happening on June 1st. You got the post June 1 cuts or whatever. And the teams, some teams will get some money back in their pocket. And you also have the NBA Finals beginning tomorrow night.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, no kidding. That's what Denver's probably saying. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
This little 10-day vacation was all right, but let's play some basketball.
Well, and again, we'll talk probably quite a bit about this tomorrow, but that rust factor, which is real.
Sure.
And then, if Miami, they're playing in stride, they've got the rhythm, not much of a change for them. Then you're going to get altitude talk, and then you're going to get, we'll just turn the AC off, which, we know in San Antonio how Miami plays when the AC is not working. So I don't know if that's really a good idea for Eric Spoelstra, but he did say that today.
It's a good idea for Eric Spoelstra and this edition of the Miami Heat. He doesn't have little LeBron James.
LeCramp is not there?
No, he's not. So that's a good thing for them. But no, I'm looking forward to this finals because we talked a little bit about it yesterday, Jason, but listening to Mike Jimenez today, my mind is more made up than ever. I am taking the Miami Heat. I'm calling my shot early. I know we're probably going to do this tomorrow. The Miami Heat will be your NBA champions.
Okay.
Just saying.
I mean, we're not going to do tomorrow's show today.
Well, I'm just
we're not going to do.
I can say it again tomorrow, and people that aren't listening today can listen tomorrow and say that. But
you mean people don't listen all day, every day?
Well, they should.
I mean, that's what the promo says.
If they should, if they're not.
I mean, I hear you. I mean, listening to Mike Jimenez today, tomorrow night is the only game that matters in this series. Whatever happens tomorrow night is going to determine the outcome of the series, as if it's a one-game NCAA tournament-style event.
I believe he said that if Denver wins tomorrow night by 15 or more, it's over.
Uh-huh.
I don't understand that logic, but, it's Jimenez, so.
I don't know that Mike Jimenez has watched a Miami Heat quarter to make a statement like that. They're a cockroach. They're a team that just won't go away, no matter what the situation is. And when you think they're dead, there's no way they're coming back because they have blown a 3-0 series lead. They go and they dominate a Boston Celtics team in a Game 7 on the road. No biggie.
It's called heart and will and want to, and that's what they've got. And that's something you can't teach or coach. They just have it, and that's good. Got to tell you a story today, though.
I've been waiting for this.
It's been on my mind. I didn't want to tell you earlier because I want to get your reaction.
Now, hang on. Do we need story time music for this?
Maybe.
I mean, if Pledge, if you have any last-minute story time music. So I walk into the office today. Joe beat me here.
I did.
And the first thing he said, man, I got to tell you. Oh, wait, I'm going to save it for the air. I'm not going to tell you anything about what happened except it happened at lunch.
So I'm having lunch, right? And as I'm leaving lunch, I'm not going to tell you where the place was, and there's no reason to get into names. So I walk out, say, I got to go to the bathroom before I leave.
Of course
I do that. So as I walk into the bathroom, there's a plumber in there, and he's sticking the hose down the drain.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the hose has a little camera on it, and I can see the monitor there. And so I go, where do you want me to go? I don't want to be in your way and all of that. And he goes, you go right here. No, and we're talking. And
so the guy's working, and you're just taking a leak.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the bathroom wasn't closed.
God bless plumbers.
Little small talk, no pun intended. while I'm
pun very much intended.
While I'm doing my business there, and he ate, he said, TV, the whole thing, right? And so as I'm washing my hands, I look back at his monitor and I go, dude, tell me, what is the craziest thing you've ever seen while you've sticking that camera down one of those drains? So the guy says, well, it's funny you should ask that. 2 weeks ago, I'm at this guy's house. He's got a clogged drain. I got this thing down, and he says, I pull out about 5 condoms from this drain that had it clogged up.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, they're big condoms. And so he looks at the guy who was there, the husband, and the husband, the plumber said, look, dude, don't do that. Don't put the condoms in the drain. He goes, what condoms? He said, I don't use condoms. And the plumber said, he looked at him and went, well, somebody does.
Uh-oh.
So he says, the guy calls his wife, who was there at the house. So, honey, what the hell's going on?
Mm-hmm.
He said she didn't have to say anything. She just kind of, bam. I mean, it was obvious what was going on there. And she was trying to hide those said condoms down the drain, clogged up the thing. The plumber comes and she's busted. And I'm like, whoa. Yeah. So, dude, I'm like, this guy ought to write a book. Can you imagine all the stuff that a plumber sees when he sticks his camera down your drain? Roto-Rooter. Now, is that the craziest story?
Yes.
That's nuts. That's
right.
what I said.
Now, there are a couple of things. One, that you decided you wanted to have a conversation with a plumber while you're taking a leak at the restaurant while the guy's just trying to do his job.
Well, he started it.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't going to be rude.
Yeah, of course not. And that answer.
Is that nuts?
Here's a lady who, well, we can't throw them in the trash can because they might get found.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I don't know the last time I checked like the bathroom trash can or any trash can for that matter.
Sure.
But for it to get clogged up and the plumber is the one that busts you.
It's I was saying, oh yeah, there's a squirrel down there, or a dead rabbit, or I don't know, something, right?
Squirrel, right?
Well,
you're thinking squirrels.
Well, I'm thinking something
that's nuts,
like that,
yes.
Right? I mean, never in my wildest dreams did I think I was going to hear this story. And he was just so nonchalant about it. It's like, well, as a matter of fact, 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, wow, this is great. I said, well, I've got my opening segment.
All right, so a lot of ways to get busted cheating.
Uh-huh.
That's right up there.
That is
right up there.
That's a classic.
Of all the different stories I've heard from various friends or people, the friends of friends, because it's never your friends, right? It's always a friend of a friend.
Sure,
right?
Of course.
That might be the strangest way of getting busted, right?
Now, I'm wondering if this poor lady ever dreamed that as this guy sticking his camera down the drain pipe, that he would see those things. She probably thought they were gone in some sewer somewhere, never to be found again.
You would think that condoms would be flushable.
Well, according to the plumber, they were big condoms. Now, I don't know how he's sizing that up, but if you're watching on YouTube,
and so in other words, he's looking at the husband going, "These can't be yours."
No, I think he was very impressed with the husband at first until the guy says, "Well, I don't use condoms." So, dude, I thought, it's just strange. You strike up a conversation with somebody, and that's the kind of conversation you end up having.
So the plumber also had to be a therapist to a degree, or break up a fight.
Apparently,
did he just pack up his stuff and get out of there?
He said,
did he, collect on payment really quick?
I'm sure he did. I don't know how. We didn't get into that, but he said he had to go wash his hands, and the lady sitting at the dining room table with her head in her hands, and he says, I need to wash my hands. Do you have any soap? And she just pointed there and didn't say a word. So he washed his hands and got the hell out of there.
What's the strangest you got busted cheating story that you have heard? At 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. And also, let, let that be a lesson to you guys. Don't flush them. They're not
Yes.
flushable.
Apparently not. But what do you do with them? I mean, if you're in said house and you're cheating with the wife and you don't want to leave any evidence around, I would think the thing to do would be to flush them down the toilet. What do you put them in a baggie and take them with you?
Well, if you don't want evidence there, maybe.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's been, let's say I've been married 27 years.
Uh-huh.
It's been a long time since I worn one of those.
Right.
I mean, back in the day, I'm trying to remember. I probably flushed them or throw them in the trash can. Wrap them in a. You're a single guy, Pledge. What do you do with them?
Flush.
Flush.
See,
that's bad.
Apparently.
Although
pledgers probably aren't that big.
Wow.
So I'm just saying that, I mean, this guy.
Very presumptuous of you, Joe.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
well, this guy's got clogged, yours don't.
I mean, I don't know, man.
Dude,
sure.
I'm telling you,
Sure.
it was crazy. And I wasn't, as was suggested on YouTube, looking at this dude's crack.
Yeah, you were.
No, I wasn't.
You walk in, there's plumber's crack.
Dude.
There's always plumber's crack.
Well, I didn't see that. But I'm standing toward the urinal.
Well, of course. That's
doing my business.
That's the only way to do it. If you're standing away from the urinal, you're doing it wrong, and you're pissing off not the plumber, but the guy that cleans up in there.
No, I asked his permission. Dude, can I go here? Do you want me to go in the toilet? First thing I said when I walked in, I said, whoa, is the bathroom not open? No, it's open. Come on in.
Yeah.
So that sounded like an invitation to me. So I walk in. I said, well, do you want me to go over here? Or say, no, you can use the urinal.
Sure, he doesn't care.
Doesn't mind. He gets up, moves out of the way.
Just aim straight.
Because the drain is like, as I'm standing at the urinal, it's like just behind me.
So he
left the hose in the drain.
Uh-huh.
And and they said, where do I know you from? I'm like,
yeah, of course.
Hey. And so
how often do you get hit up or get talked to like that in the men's room?
Well, it happens.
Generally speaking, if you're standing there doing the business, don't say anything to anybody. I mean, that's kind of the rule, right? You got to just keep looking eyes forward. No conversation. Just eyes forward.
I was eyes forward.
Now you're watching the guy's monitor.
But what am I supposed to do? And the guy's talking to me. I'm not,
Yeah, I know. I get you.
Not going to be rude.
Of course not.
And then I just thought as I go I'm washing my hands and I'm looking back down at the guy's monitor, and you see the picture inside, and it just looked like a bunch of gunk to me. But so I had to ask that question.
It's a great question,
dude. I mean, it's a natural, don't you think? I'm a reporter.
Yes, inquiring minds want to know.
It's a natural question to ask somebody. What's the craziest thing you've seen when you stick that camera down a drain?
Now, generally speaking, as a reporter, you ask a question with a pretty good idea of what the answer is going to be.
Well, I didn't know. I had no clue. I was, like I said, I was thinking something, random. Oh, some kids, I don't know, or this or an animal or something. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Little did I know this guy would come back with this poor condom story.
That's a great story.
It's unbelievable.
It's a great story. And now I'm curious. What's the strangest story you've heard of somebody getting busted? Whether it was you, a friend of yours, something you heard. Now, the text line is blowing up 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Tony says, I'm still thinking about Joe having small talk with the plumber. Did Joe say he's got to drop his pants to pee? How awkward.
Did I say that?
Well, you've said that before.
I undid the zipper. That's all.
0811 says, oh my God, great content, guys. Hilarious. 5042, put me inside a beer can. Oh, put them inside a beer can and then crush it.
All right. That makes sense.
Now, Pledger.
What if they weren't drinking beer?
What I'm curious of is something that Pledger typed up on the screen.
Uh-huh.
Because Pledger, you said you flush them, right?
Yep.
But then you also wrote up on the screen, Not necessarily where. So you take them with you and then flush them elsewhere?
No, I just said I'm not always at the same house.
So it could be somebody else's house, so you flush them.
But you always flush them.
Yeah.
So, girl
One
A.
here, one there, one.
So consistently that toilet isn't getting fed a bunch of.
There's not like 20 of them down the same drain. Like this one, apparently.
Well, this guy, I don't know if it's 20, but he said several.
Well, it's got to be enough to clog up the toilet.
He said
I
several.
mean, size is one thing, and you figure in water and what other things that might be collecting inside of those. They will expand a little bit before they break, but but enough in there to clog up the toilet.
Can you imagine the poor plumber?
Somebody from Saws is just sweating bullets at this story. They had that Fiesta medal a couple of years ago about the wipes. Remember Travis Frederick was doing commercials for wipes,
right?
And wipes clog pipes and whatever, and like Saws went 8 bananas over that, going, no, don't flush those things.
What the hell are you supposed to do with them?
Throw them in the trash can.
Well, then they better stop selling them.
Because they're not really flushable.
Well, I'm not.
I'm with you. I'm not throwing them in the trash can
not doing
and
that.
then looking at it every time I open it. It's not happening.
It's not happening.
Not happening.
Can you imagine this poor guy just trying to give this homeowner some advice, dude? Just don't do that. Don't flush. What do you mean? I don't use them. Holy cow. And that's when I would probably close the door as the plumber and say, so I got to go poop now.
Did you ask the most important question?
Well, I don't know. What is that?
Was the wife hot?
I did not ask that question.
Did the plumber just suggest that?
He did not.
Because that's really the question most people want to know.
Well,
how hot was the wife?
Apparently hot enough that she's getting a lot of action on the side. Is that hot enough for you?
Sure.
So that was my day today. I thought it was kind of a mundane Wednesday, and then all of a sudden, a plumber saves the day.
Plumbers always save the day,
right? Wow.
Feel like I should do a commercial right now for Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heating, and AC.
You really should.
I really should.
It's a perfect transition.
It really is. Let me adjust on the fly here, Pledge. What time is the Quarter Moon commercial supposed to run? We're doing it now.
Right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
Why not? Because when you need a plumber, when you need relationship advice, when you need whatever the key. I talk about at Quarter Moon, they're experts at worst case scenarios. In this one particular case, it certainly turned into worst case scenario. They are also full service, big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked and they have all the equipment needed for any job. At Quarter Moon, they do not have commissioned sales reps. They'll provide estimates and counseling services as needed. And they
counseling services, yes,
an A+ ranking with the Better Business Bureau, and they are green certified. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heating, and AC, 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online, quartermoonplumbing.com.
It's Rim Wrecking. That's a grown man's jam. Board busting. Throw it down. Oh, what a dunk. Big ballin' basketball.
That's nasty.
It's the NBA Finals. Heat, Nuggets, for a shot at basketball's ultimate prize. Hear it as it happens on your home for the NBA playoffs.
Get out the way!
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pureline Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pureline Nutrition.
Get yourself a Kinetico water system. I'm a huge fan of Kinetico water softeners. These things are quiet, efficient, reliable, and non-electric. But the best part is you'll save money when you own a Kinetico water softener. And I know, living in the hill country, you folks have some serious hard water that can cost you major money in cleaning supplies and wear and tear on your appliances. Plus, Kinetico water softeners are guaranteed to remove more impurities and perform with lower lifetime costs than any other softener on the market. Kinetico is a great choice for folks that are fed up with their old junky water softeners. So for the best water softener in the business and to save money, call Kinetico today.
This is Chris Knipper with Kinetico in San Antonio in the Hill Country. I'll let you try the Kinetico water softener for 90 days, absolutely free. Kinetico is simply the best water softener you can buy, and that's why we say it's the last water softener you'll ever own.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE Kinetico.
It's time to play Stump the Experts, where today we'll try to stump Derek and Carlos, personal injury lawyers at Hilly and Solis, otherwise known as the Rexperts.
Hi, Harry. Fire away.
Carlos, how long after an accident do you have to file a personal injury lawsuit?
Well, Harry, there's a 2-year statute of limitations on filing.
Correcto, Rexpert man. Now, Derek, if a company goes bankrupt, can you still win and collect a big settlement?
You definitely can if the company had insurance.
Hey guys, one more question. How do you like my new baby blue suit with matching shoes and belt?
Honestly, that should be illegal.
Hurt in a wreck? You need to call the Rexperts at Hilly and Solis Law. Millions in settlements and no BS. The Rexperts are former prosecutors who are comfortable in the courtroom, and the Rexperts don't get paid unless your settlement is secured. See if your crash could turn into cash with the Rexperts, your accident injury lawsuit experts.
Experts are the way to go. Call 4465000.
Call 1-877-RECT.
What if you could build a 6-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating a 6-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons, best-selling author and executive producer of a new Hollywood documentary called The Baby Boomer Dilemma. In this film, economists and Nobel Prize-winning PhDs from Wharton, MIT, and Stanford share a strange concept I call the retirement discount. It gives you more retirement income with the same dollar saved, and your money is never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even people who are on track have shifted money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you are over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money, call to get a free copy of this brand new movie, 1-800-578-3535. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you get it completely free, plus 2 hours of bonus behind-the-scenes footage. No credit card required. Call right now. 1-800-578-3535. That's 1-800-578-3535. Again, 1-800-578-3535.
Tomorrow on R&R in the morning, Denver, Miami, the NBA Finals get going. We break it all down. We also take a look at the Wemby Watch, which we have every day because why not? Now back to the Blitz. Jason, who cares if the Longhorns are the talk of the SEC? Win something.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagle210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix. You can always dial up or text the Kia Bossa Smoke Meats phone lines, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. A lot of people calling in about condoms. I'm a little worried about the one of the calls that are up there on the screen because it lists somebody's name who's well known.
Yeah.
I don't really.
Yeah.
Pledge, will you talk to Andy and if he can tell the story without saying the name?
That would be helpful
because I don't want.
Now, if you're just tuning in and you just heard Jason say everybody's calling in about condoms, you might be wondering what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah.
So it's a story that I told my lunch today. A plumber told me about condoms. It busted a wife who was cheating on her husband, and that's kind of a thumbnail sketch of how that went.
Andy, You're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, I was just calling in because I actually am a plumber, and one Friday night we got a call at about midnight to go to a well-known basketball player's house, and his house was stopped up, and we opened up the clean out, and I mean it just was overflowing. He had a massive party, and that's what he told us.
And so, Andy, as a plumber, do you recommend the guys not do that? Don't flush them down the toilet.
100% recommend that you do not do that.
Okay.
Now, what do you do with them?
I would throw them in the trash or do something. Something else, man.
I mean,
Don't do that.
Pledge is a flusher.
Not anymore now to know.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, Andy, appreciate the phone call. I would like to, and the player that he's talking about is no longer in San Antonio.
Right.
But seems like one hell of a party, but kind of glad to know that they were practicing safe sex.
Well, I mean,
it's because you think about a well-known player has to be very careful in certain situations. Right,
which is why he's using a condom in the first place.
Exactly.
But knowing who he was talking about, and the guy probably
he was single here,
ladies' man. But it sounds like there was more than just him.
Yeah, oh yeah.
There was
a party.
It was a party.
You know, it kind of brings me back to early '90s when I was working at KTSA. Dennis Rodman would come on the show every other week, and I was young and fortunate enough to get to go to some parties at Dennis's house. And let's just say a lot of things went in that toilet.
I'm sure they did. And it was, it probably wasn't Dennis that insisted on the condom. It was the woman he was with. Holy cow.
Wow.
Woo.
Speaking of the Spurs, it is quite the anniversary in San Antonio.
Oh, San Antonio takes the lead. The 6th three-pointer today for Sean Elliott. Sean Elliott! The San Antonio Spurs have taken the lead for the first time in the game. Remember, they were down 18 points early.
The Memorial Day Miracle.
Wow, 1999 on this day, 24 years ago now.
It's amazing to think that there were 8.5 million people in the Alamo Dome that day.
Exactly right. Hey, I was one of them.
Me too.
Love that shot. And I mean, my goodness, arguably the greatest shot in Spurs history, although there's been many, but that shot certainly, if the Spurs, if he doesn't make that shot, they don't win that game. And who knows? I mean, history could have been altered considerably.
Well, and again, that when I think about greatest shots, most important shots, biggest shots, that led to the first championship.
Yes.
Right. And so were there bigger shots? Did other people have other shots led the championship? Not quite like that one. Right. Not quite like that one.
Well, I mean, when you just look at everything that happened, I mean, his feet are halfway in, halfway out of bounds. You got.
Do you have Pledge? Do you have the Bob
hand
Costas
right
call?
in his face?
This is what it sounded like. I want to say NBC at the time.
It was NBC. Yes.
The Bob Costas setup. There are so many things when you listen to this that remind you. And remember, this wasn't HD television. Just in the moment. Just one, how great Bob Costas is at calling a game, but everything about that play.
Ellie will throw it in. Duncan, Elliott, Robinson, and Kerr on the floor. Delay of game. Into Sean Elliott. He fires the three. And hits it! His 6th of the game. What a shot! Bob, it looked like he was going to step out of bounds. He caught it and tight-roped the sideline. What a shot! That's the shot you take with the clock running out, not with 9 seconds left. That fooled me. I didn't think they would shoot a 3 right there. And he was actually covered pretty well. The man went for the steal. Bob, it's the closest 3 you take on that sideline, and it's also the easiest place to step out of bounds. Watch his feet. He gathered himself and buried the 3. Sean Elliott. That all started. Remember when they were down 18 in the third quarter, we said Sean Elliott's got to make some shots. Well, he has made them. And look at this. Ogman goes for the steal. Rasheed Wallace the face. He didn't even see the basket.
Sean Elliott, 6 of 7 on 3-pointers in this game. 22 points overall.
This would be an absolutely heart-wrenching loss for Portland. They have really dominated this game from start to finish. If San Antonio steals this game, it will be devastating for the Blazers.
The Portland Trailblazers have never trailed in this game until now. San Antonio's first lead comes after 47 minutes and 51 seconds.
Incredible. I mean, I get goosebumps just hearing that again. And wow, I mean, Sean Elliott was on fire. I think it was 6 threes is what he
6 or 7 is what they literally just told us.
Well, that's good. I just remember he made 6. We don't count the one he missed. Come on.
Oh, but again, anybody check on Rasheed Wallace every Memorial Day? I mean, you know, in Portland, this just has to be a dark day.
I mean, it has to be because it changed the entire course of both of those franchises. For the Spurs, it sent them on to the NBA Finals. For Portland, well, they were out. Devastating. Sean Elliott has got a great picture, and I know you've seen it, of Rasheed Wallace. I don't know how he got the ball over the outstretched hand of Rasheed Wallace. Everything just worked to perfection. It was meant to be, and it was just an incredible, incredible shot.
And everything that you heard there from Costas and Doug Williams, they didn't need the 3 right then.
No.
You know, there's plenty of time for Sean to, and we've talked about this with Sean throughout the years. I mean, you know, his jersey's hanging because of this shot. I mean, you know, making sure those heels don't come down, for the ref not to just anticipate him being out of bounds, to Rasheed Wallace, if he didn't go get a manicure, would have been able to block that thing.
It's incredible how he didn't block that shot. But it was, you know, Elliott had the confidence, and it was just incredible. And I'll never forget it. And I'm happy we're celebrating the anniversary. 24 years since the Memorial Day miracle on this day in history.
Not that it makes any of us feel old or anything.
No, not at all. Especially Sean, right?
Well, texted Sean earlier.
Sean's on a beach somewhere.
I haven't heard back from him.
He's on a beach.
He's in a probably in another country.
I wouldn't be either that or
drinking
he's
wine
on the
somewhere.
15th hole somewhere.
In another country.
In another country. All of the above.
The man likes his vacations in the off season.
Don't blame him.
Nothing wrong with that. And for many of the anniversaries, he celebrated because the Spurs were in the middle of a playoff run.
That's true.
You know, and maybe with Wemby on its way, they'll get back to that. Now he gets to vacation early and watch the NBA Finals from another country or wherever Sean might be on this Memorial Day anniversary, but miracle anniversary. But you look at the finals, they finally get underway tomorrow night.
Happy about that.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to it, too, I will tell you.
Look, the Nuggets are heavy favorites in this series.
Yep.
Just don't tell Denver. We'll explain as we continue here on the Blitz.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Smoker's Paradise, your premium smoke shop. Fully stocked to shop everything you need for your smoking needs under one roof. Vaporizers, disposable e-cigarettes, hookah accessories, water pipes, cigars, and more. With 14 area locations, including the newest at Southwest Military in Roosevelt. Visit smokersparadise.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Simply Safe was named Best Home Security of 2023 by U.S. News and World Report. But we don't do what we do for the accolades. We do it to protect you and everything you love. Our advanced sensors, indoor and outdoor HD cameras, and hazard detectors are powered by live 24/7 professional monitoring, so you get emergency help fast. Get 20% off any new system with interactive monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. You may no longer be a husband, but you'll always be a dad. In the divorce process, this comes down to 3 key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's San Antonio area attorneys. Offices in San Antonio, Austin, and St. Louis. CordellCordell.com.
Psst, hey, Mark, remember, getting help from Progressive is so easy. You can use the mobile app, chat with us online, or call us.
And you pick now to tell me.
I couldn't miss Little Grace's ballet recital. Oh, thanks for inviting me, by the way.
Did I?
Because you know I'm always here for you.
Yeah. I can use the mobile app if I need help. Sorry, you're in my wife's seat, though.
Oh, yeah, I gotta go anyway. Tell Grace she nailed her chassé.
Get the help you need from Progressive with our mobile app, online chat, or over the phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers.
Did you know you can get someone to shop for you? Stitch Fix really gets me in what I need. Even better, they save me a trip to the mall. It's easy. I share my style, size, and budget, and they do the shopping for me. Stitch Fix sends me things that fit and make me feel like a more stylish version of myself. I keep what works and send back the rest. No subscription required, no commitment, just my style. Stitch Fix. Get started today at stitchfix.com/radio.
O'Reilly. Protect your engine against sludge and wear with the synthetic oil change. O'Reilly Auto Parts has 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $35.95. Plus, get 2 times O Rewards points. Our professional parts people can recommend the supplies you need, including a filter, funnel, shop towels, drain pan, and more. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the Lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-279-0433 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-279-0433. That's 800-279-0433. What do you have to lose? Call 800-279-0433. Again, 800-279-0433.
Ribs, burgers, chicken. Submit what you grilled or smoked, and you could win a $50 gift card from Tri-County Meat Market.
So good and tasty.
Grilling with the Blitz. Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Wednesday afternoon, the eve of Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
Finally. Right, that's what Denver's been saying. What have they been off? 10 days now?
It feels that way.
Something like that. It's very close to that, and they've got to be ready to play ball.
Yeah. Storylines are storylines going in, right? The Nuggets are heavy favorites. Hell, Miami hasn't won a game in Denver since 2016. Denver's won 10 straight at home.
Sure.
They're heavy favorites. Denver's the 1 seed. The Heat are an 8 seed, but Mike Malone says do not call the Miami Heat an 8 seed.
Well, as I told our team, man, like forget the 8 seed stuff. I mean, they beat Milwaukee 4-1. Team that had the most wins in the NBA this year. They beat Boston 4-3, and they're up 3-0. Team with, I think, the second most wins in the NBA this year. So you get to the NBA Finals, it's not about seeding anymore. And for those that are thinking that this is going to be an easy series, I don't even know what to say to you people. I mean, like, this is going to be the biggest challenge of our lives. It's the NBA Finals. You know, this is, you're trying to win the first NBA championship in franchise history. It's going to be the hardest thing that we've ever done, which is the way it should be.
It is going to be tough. And you know what? It's interesting. And I know Boston's a more talented team. So was Milwaukee, by the way. The Knicks, man, not so much. But Miami got past those teams. And for everybody out there that just sits there and says that this is not going to be a series, Denver's so much better, matchup problems, yada, yada, yada. Miami finds ways to win, and they will win games in this series. And they might just get to 4 before Denver.
Well, and somebody I know has already called his shot. Although a lot of people say the Heat have 0 chance of winning this series.
Well, that's ridiculous.
And they have 0 chance of winning game 1. See, in game 1 is if you're Miami, you're looking at game 1. Take advantage of you're in rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
You've been playing. You haven't been off. That rust thing that could be real. The equalizer to the rust could be the altitude in Denver, which is a real thing, although Eric Spoelstra doesn't give a damn about altitude.
We're not even getting into any of that stuff. Our guys are in great shape. They're ready to compete. If Denver wants to tip this thing off at the top of Everest, we'll do that. This thing is going to be decided between the 4 lines. You know, they also got to come back to Miami if we want to make it about that. We'll turn off the air conditioning. They got to play in 90-degree humidity.
I think you should do that anyway. I mean, there's nothing that Miami can do about the altitude. That's going to happen, right? So you might as well use it to your advantage.
Well, that's it. But Eric Spoelstra, don't tell me that you guys aren't talking about it with your team. You are. You have to be. Like everybody that goes and plays in Denver in any sport talks about the altitude and trying to adjust to it.
But what are you talking to? And what do you talk about it? And what do you do about it? Yeah, I mean, smaller shoes? Get closer to the floor? I mean, what? There's nothing to do about it. I think he puts it perfectly. We're in great shape. It's all we can do, be in the best shape that we can be in. And that's got to be enough.
But I do think when you're feeling a little winded, if you're normally one that plays 36 minutes and your break comes at, say, the 8-minute mark, maybe you take it at the 6 or 7-minute mark, that, you know, because you are going to tire out a little bit quicker initially, right? I mean, that we've just seen that in way too many sports to know that's part of it. So from a player standpoint, sure, you just go play until you win, but coaches might have to monitor it a little bit different. And all the little analytic things that they use, you got to pay attention to those. And really, it's about managing your minutes out there on the floor to make sure you're getting the most out of it.
And maybe instead of only playing 7 guys in Denver, you're playing 10.
Yeah.
That could possibly be it too. I don't know. When I look at this series, I'm not looking at altitude. I don't think it's a thing. I'm with Spoelstra. And I just think it's going to be a good series. And the equalizer to me is Miami's heart and what they've shown. And I think that's the equalizer.
It's going to be interesting to see. The one thing I know, that team has heart. Jimmy Butler is Jimmy Butler. Spoelstra will make the adjustments necessary. I mean, I like Mike Malone as a coach.
Yep.
But coaching edge here, not quite equal, but not quite the advantage that, say, Spoelstra had in the Eastern Conference Finals. But I still think Spoelstra will outcoach Mike Malone in this series.
Well, he's going to have to, because really, I mean, and it's not unique to Miami. Nobody has an answer for Joker.
Sure.
Okay, nobody. The Lakers certainly didn't. And nobody has an answer for him. So you got to figure out a way to limit everybody else, I guess. And that's going to be the issue. But, if you're just saying, well, Joker, then he'd have no answer for Joker. You're right. I agree with you. But they got an answer for everybody else.
I don't know. They got a whole lot of people that have fouls.
Yeah, there you go, right?
You roll them in. You're only here to foul that dude.
That's it.
Just get in his way.
No, I think
just get in his way.
I think it's going to be a better series. In fact, Spoelstra today also said the fact that these two teams mirror each other. I keep hearing everybody from those so-called experts that it's a matchup problem for Miami. Not according to Eric Spoelstra, it's not.
Well, what do you think Spoelstra's going to say?
Well, he could simply say that. We got some matchup issues.
He's not going to talk about his issues
Sure
publicly.
Well, I hope not.
No, I mean, he's not, but when you look at X Factor, right, you look at some of the guys on the Denver Nuggets squad, and they have a lot of heart, talent, and
sure
a lot of them we're getting to know, right? I mean, it's not like any of us thought Denver was going to be here. And if you did, you're lying. Nobody, even when they were the 1 seed, the All-Star break, they'll remember their Denver before long. Oh, they're going to, I mean, nobody thought Denver was going to get here, yet they are for a reason. But then you look at Jimmy Butler, and I think Mike Malone, he kind of summed up Jimmy Butler as good as you possibly can, because it's so much more than just what he is doing on the basketball court.
You could get into the basketball, the skill level. For me, when I look at Jimmy Butler, what separates him from most players is the drive. The competitive spirit within him, relentless attack. And it was really cool seeing the press conference they showed from last year when they lost. And how everything he talked about in that moment kind of came to fruition a year later, and he has this team back in the finals. So I think what makes Jimmy hard to guard is we know he's talented, he's big, he's strong, he can get to his spots on the court. He has the gift of drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line, but he's a big moment player. He's not scared, he's tough, he's relentless, and he's a warrior. And I think that's why from the play-in games to that first round series against a really good Milwaukee team with great defensive players, like Drew Holiday said, it didn't matter who was guarding him. Jimmy was going to get where he wanted to go. So, and it's not just on Aaron Gordon; it's on all 5 guys on the floor to try to slow him up and to give him different looks. And we'll be ready.
The best part about that whole soundbite? Mike Malone admitting that he's been watching SportsCenter, because you know how they all say they don't watch or pay attention or listen to anything, and we all know they're lying.
Yep.
He just mentioned, it was so cool when they showed that. Yeah, because you're watching.
So of course
we know you're watching.
Of course he is. And he's listening to talk radio in Denver, and he's doing all that other stuff. So yes, of course he is. I mean, they're human, just like everybody else. You can't stay away from a TV. You can't stay away from, are there newspapers still? There's internet, obviously, but I guess people still get the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
I read it on the internet.
You don't get one on your driveway?
I don't. I used to love that. That used to be one of the simple pleasures in life, right? You get get the newspaper and go into your private room and
because you don't want your phone in there.
Enjoy the newspaper.
Exactly.
Yeah. Why don't you want your phone in there?
Because you got your newspaper.
Well, if I've got my phone, I've got my newspaper. It's the same thing, Jason.
It really isn't.
Of course it is.
Because you're not going to take that newspaper and put it up to your face later.
No, you're right. I'm not.
The San Diego Padres and their broadcast have been taken over by Major League Baseball. The first of the Bally Sports types to not get paid and to lose that. What does that mean? We'll explain as we continue here on the Blitz. Now, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, Best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds, because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7. They have offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
It's R&R in the morning. Tomorrow at 6.
Tomorrow on R&R in the morning, Denver Nuggets, Miami Heat. End of the super team era. The finals get going, and we break it all down for you. NFL and, of course, the Wemby Watch. The party gets started at 6.
R&R in the morning. Tomorrow at 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
For over 17 years, the award-winning legal team at George Salinas Injury Lawyers has been representing personal injury victims all across Texas. Have you been injured in an accident? George Salinas is ready to represent you with free consultations, 24/7 availability, and no attorney fees unless we win. George Salinas Injury Lawyers will help you get the results you need so you can focus on recovery. If you've been injured, one call could change your entire case. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers, 210-225-0909, or visit georgesalinas.com.
George gets justice.
Before you fire up that grill, make sure you get into Tri-County Meat Market. Hi, Jason Minix here. Tri-County Meat Market has everything you need. If you're thinking steaks, you want some chicken, some poppers, beef ribs, pork ribs, brisket, picanha, tri-tip. They've got it all at Tri-County Meat Market. Take advantage of their Pick 5 for $25, and Tri-County always offers a 10% discount for military and first responders. Tri-County Meat Market, 2 locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Heebner, or online at tricountymeat.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I think my battery's dead.
With free battery testing and charging, AutoZone is here to help.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
What if I need a new one?
We have the right batteries right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone,
And what if I don't know how to connect it?
No problem. We have a how-to for you at AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Imagine you're looking at a balancing scale with everything you do for other people on one side and everything you do for yourself on the other side. If it isn't balanced, maybe it's time to spend a little more time on you. And therapy is a great place to start. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online who can help you find that balance and stick to it. Visit betterhelp.com/score to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/score.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
It's Michael Jimenez with Jimenez and Spence, weekdays 12 to 3. People ask all the time, how can we become part of the San Antonio Sports Star family? Well, if you have a business, reach out to us for sponsorship opportunities. You can advertise with San Antonio Sports Star with all of our talent here. Reach out to Morgan Harrison at morgan.harrison@alphamediausa.com. After that, she will get you in touch with one of our professional sales reps and get you going. Again, reach out to Morgan Harrison at morgan.harrison@alphamediausa.com.
What if you could build a 6-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating a 6-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons, best-selling author and executive producer of a new Hollywood documentary called The Baby Boomer Dilemma. In this film, economists and Nobel Prize-winning PhDs from Wharton, MIT, and Stanford share a strange concept I call the retirement discount. It gives you more retirement income with the same dollar saved, and your money is never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even Even people who are on track have shifted money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you are over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money, call to get a free copy of this brand new movie, 1-800-578-3535. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you get it completely free, plus 2 hours of bonus behind-the-scenes footage. No credit card required. Call right now. 1-800-578-3535. That's 1-800-578-3535. Again, 1-800-578-3535.
Your home for the Dallas Cowboys is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Don't forget, if you've done some grilling over the last couple of days, make sure you upload those great photos of your meat to ESPNSA.com, the Grilling with the Blitz page, because every Thursday we give away a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. Grilling with the Blitz.
We like to judge your meat.
We certainly do. You know, we've been talking about this for a while and wondering when was the first domino going to fall. And it happens to be with the San Diego Padres and their broadcast on their regional sports network, Diamond Sports, which is Bally Sports San Diego. And I keep an eye on this because will it affect the San Antonio Spurs next year?
And a lot of other teams for that matter.
But I don't care about everybody else.
Well,
it's just the Spurs, right?
Sure.
How does it affect me? Right? Well, the Padres, they haven't been paid. And so Major League Baseball is going to take over their broadcasts. And what I find interesting here is how it will affect. So it will be MLB's first ever over-the-top in-market streaming offering that they're going to do through their app at $19.99 a month or $75 a year. So you'll have that OTT option, but also from existing multi-channel providers from DirecTV, AT&T, Spectrum, Cox, Fubo, and others. Major League Baseball says that the broadcast is still going to be available on those platforms as well. So in reality, in San Diego, where Bally only reaches 1.13 million homes, they will be now, the games will be available to 3.26 million homes in the Padres broadcast territory.
Now, see, and I like this. And look, they need to get a handle on this thing because I want to now Diamond Sports, who I guess owns Bally's. I don't know is that nationwide or is that just in San Diego? Either way, they missed a payment. Major League Baseball steps in. They've already filed for bankruptcy. So it's going to be interesting to see how that does affect. He's not doing.
This is the first one that Major League Baseball has taken over, and it'll be interesting with MLB producing and distributing games themselves, and they've got the ability to do that from a local viewership standpoint. All their normal broadcasters are staying the same. The look of it probably doesn't change that much, except for, I'm guessing the Bally logo isn't going to swoosh in and swoosh out. But, you know, like if it were to happen in San Antonio, the way it's happening in San Diego, you would still get Bill Land and Sean Elliott. Right. But it is something to keep an eye on because it is happening and change is coming.
Well, I would hope that the NBA, in our case in particular, is watching this because obviously everybody's going to want to be tuning in to this year, especially, right, with Wemby coming. Absolutely. So, I mean, it's got to be something that hopefully they're getting ahead of at this point in time.
And with all the negative stuff we heard about the Bally's app last year at $20 a month, you got to fix that.
You have to.
Because last year, a lot of people probably weren't willing to spend $20 to watch the team lose every night.
No, I wasn't.
This year with Wemby, $20, sure. Right? I mean, what's the season cost and the savings? Just charge it all at once. I don't care.
Absolutely.
Because I need to watch Wemby. I mean,
that's it.
But keep an eye on it.
That's why they need to get a handle on it.
We've known this is coming. The first one is the San Diego Padres. Keep an eye on what's happening in San Diego with the Padres broadcast because, you know, that could affect Spurs down the road.
No question.
This is the Blitz KTFM Floresville, and always at ESPNSA.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, here's the first question we need to answer. Will Victor Wembanyama make his Spurs debut in the California Classic Summer League July 3rd through the 5th at the Golden One Center in Sacramento? It's been confirmed the Spurs are going to be one of 6 teams participating, but will Wemby be there? That's the key. UTSA Roadrunners open up their season in Houston September 2nd. Football schedule released today. Army comes to the Dome on September 15th.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. You can always be a part of the show on Twitter at Joe Reinagle210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. You could dial up or text the Kia Bosses Smoke Meats phone lines 210-656-ESPN 656-3776. If you're watching on YouTube, you can comment there. We appreciate that. Like and subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. You're listening online at ESPNSA.com or whatever app, whatever platform. Thanks for tuning in.
Absolutely. We appreciate it. And again, as Jason just mentioned, we want you to participate in the show. Have your say.
Now, I've got something I want to say. You just read in Sports Center.
Uh-huh.
So the Spurs Summer League?
Yes.
They're not going to Vegas?
They're going to Sacramento.
They're not going to Salt Lake City?
Well, they may. Remember, a lot of times they'll do 2. They'll go to Salt Lake City, then they'll go to Vegas. The question is going to be, will Wemby participate? I mean, he's playing basketball still, right? And it looks like his team is going to move on to the finals, so he's got a few more basketball games to play. And I'm sure he's going to want some time off. Will he be available, and will he play any at all July 3rd through the 5th?
I don't know that I would rush out and book hotel and plane tickets to go to Sacramento for July 4th weekend.
If you're expecting Wemby.
Well, now here's the thing. The July 3rd game, you get the Spurs against the Hornets. I would imagine the people there in Sacramento would love to see a Wemby Scoot matchup, right?
Sure. Yeah, why not?
And then on July 5th, the Spurs are going to play the Lakers.
Who cares?
I mean, both are 5 o'clock games. You know, it's interesting that there's
in Sacramento, though, right?
Yeah. I'm guessing that's local time.
7 o'clock here.
You know, so you look there. There's triple headers both days, and the Spurs get the middle game in both. So if these games are televised on TNT, or NBA TV, more than likely NBA TV, 7 o'clock, that would make sense if they're anticipating Wemby. Now, the nightcap is Golden State against Sacramento on July 3rd, and then Sacramento against Miami on July 5th.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it, and I think a lot's going to depend on what Wemby wants to do, I would assume. I mean, does he need the rest more so than the play? Or would he rather play in some capacity instead of taking the entire rest of the summer off?
It's interesting, and it's a loaded question, because the deeper he plays over there in the playoffs, the more you might want to say that he's going to rest. But at the same time, you got to see what he's going to do on at least in one of those games, let him go play. I mean, the fact that they're matching up the teams with the 1st and 2nd overall picks tells me they're hoping that those guys are going to be playing. The other thing is, I'm reading this press release, the California Classic, popular California Classic summer. When has it been in Sacramento before? Has it always been there? Because I know about Vegas, and I know about Salt Lake City, but I don't remember Sacramento, or maybe the Spurs haven't been Sacramento. I don't know.
I don't recall Sacramento at all.
Or because it's Summer League, I generally don't give a damn. It just isn't on my radar.
Sometimes you do, depending on who's playing, right? So I don't know. I think he'll play. I don't think he goes the rest of the summer without playing. I mean, he's 19 years old, for goodness sake. But you got to figure that his team, unless there's a huge comeback by the team they're playing now, Wemby's team needs one more to go to the final. So you got to figure at least a couple more weeks?
Well, yeah, because when is Vegas starts July 7th, I think, right? So is this a tune-up before they go to Vegas?
Maybe so. Or Wemby doesn't play in Sacramento and the Spurs go to Vegas and he plays there. That'd be a spectacle.
That would be.
So interesting. Something to watch. What's the draft? June 22nd?
Yes.
Okay.
Plan now, we're going to be at the Roo Pub.
So, yes, of course we are. But that's only a couple weeks, right? After the draft, and then bam.
Yeah.
Right into the action.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Pledges remind us he's already been announced he's going to make appearances at the Fan Fest. Wemby is.
Okay, that doesn't mean he's going to play, though.
No, but I mean, all you care about is seeing him. Did you see that video?
No, I want to see him play.
Did you see that video James Pledger sent yesterday?
Mm-hmm. Of him dunking on warm-ups?
It wasn't that he was dunking. It was the in-between.
I just asked a question.
Yes.
You guys look at me like I've got three heads.
Yes.
That's all I asked. Okay,
It's basketball porn. You just don't see somebody do that at that size. Come on. Bring it, Ryan Eagle. Bring it.
The guy doesn't even have to jump. I mean, think about it, right? He's 7'5" or 4", whatever it is, and then his arms go up. He's probably 11 feet, 12 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right. You talk about
between his legs, effortless.
You know, the Wemby
porn, basketball porn.
The Wemby worship sessions. We had one in Jimenez and Spence earlier, and it continues right here on the Blitz.
Just saying. Dude, I mean, you didn't watch that and go, holy crap, that guy.
The guy's talented. He's talented. But he's warming up.
Porn.
He's warming up.
Warming up or not, I would imagine.
I want to see that when Joel Embiid is in
I had to
front of
unclog
him.
my toilet after
that. That's funny.
Let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
It is the last day of May, and we're getting some college football schedule announcements. Some TV times being announced, and for the UTSA Roadrunners, a couple of big national TV games, including their opener at Houston, will be a 6 p.m. game on FS1.
That's cool.
Army comes to town. That game will be on Big Boy ESPN at 6 o'clock. The only thing I hate about that, it's on a Friday night.
Yeah, they actually have 2 Friday night games this year on the schedule. So.
I hate college football on a Friday night.
Well, we talked to Jeff Traylor. He's not a big fan of it either.
No, but it'll be fun having Army come into town.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. And then they go to Houston or to Tennessee, right, I believe.
Yeah, they're 2 week. The following week they're at Tennessee. No TV for that one announced yet. But the TV games that they have been announced, there's 3 of them on national TV. The opener against Houston will be on FS1, the Army game on ESPN, and then the USF game on November 17th will be on ESPN2. Everything else is still TBD.
Who is the network for the AAC? Is it ESPN?
Yes, I believe it is, because they'll be on the ESPN family, because Houston, that's part of the Big 12 FS1 package, which is why they're going there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be good. Boy, that if it could be any better than that Houston game last year here in the Dome.
Except the result.
Well, I know, but man, that was exciting.
It was. That was a
one
fun
hell
game.
of a football game.
Now, if you're planning ahead, September 9th, Texas at Alabama, 6 o'clock on ESPN.
Yeah.
The Texas-Oklahoma game, Saturday, October 7th on ABC, but TBD as far as kickoff time.
11 a.m. usually.
It's going to be 11 a.m.
It's usually that way.
Yes. November 24th, you get the Thanksgiving rivalry matchup, Texas against Texas Tech at 6:30 p.m. there at DKR. Whoopee.
Is that a rivalry game?
No.
I mean, we talked about that yesterday, and I'm not sure that it is.
No.
Although Joey McGuire, did you see he's got to climb a crane? He lost a Twitter bet of some sort.
What?
Yeah, he's going to do climb a big tall crane. Somebody asked him, or he asked, like, if I get 3,000 retweets, I'll climb the. Of course, he got those. That's nothing. So whatever, he's got to do that. Texas Tech even sent out a tweet today saying, "Careful."
Our insurance is good, but
exactly
there is a stupid clause in there.
Yes, there is.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of college football, all the bowl games have been announced when they're going to be played and what time. The Alamo Bowl, so you can put this on your calendar now, is set for Thursday, December 28th at 8:15.
Nice.
Big 12 versus Pac-12, the top teams outside of the CFP selection, as always, or how it's been the last several years since they've added that part in. And man, we always end up with some good games. But one of the bigger bowl news out there today.
And it's kind of sad.
It really is. Pour one out for the Cheez-It Bowl.
It's gone.
The Cheez-It Bowl is no more.
No.
It is now the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Is that going to be frosted Pop-Tarts or just regular?
Aren't all Pop-Tarts frosted?
No, but I mean, some have the extra flavor squiggled on there? That's the premium Pop-Tart.
Dude, the chocolate ones, the double chocolate fudge thing, that's all that matters, right?
Now, Rob Thompson's a big Pop-Tart guy, isn't he?
He is, and
Yeah.
so was Rudy J.
Yeah. I could take him or leave him.
Dude, I every now and then you want a Pop-Tart. What I don't like are those new little Pop-Tart bite things.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Which is probably what's going to be dumped on the coaches, because you could take all the little Pop-Tart bites. They kind of look like pizza rolls, but they're Pop-Tart bites. They just don't pack the same punch for me for the breakfast grab and go kind of thing.
Well, that's kind of like
but if you put them up in a cooler and dump it over the coach, it could be there. I just wonder if they're going to toast them first.
They're not going to do that.
Because you get that hot Pop-Tart after it's been toasted, that could burn you.
Well, sure it could.
Yeah.
Now, is that like the little Jack in the Box taco?
Similar
You
concept.
kind of have to have a mini version.
But there's not enough in there. But when you look at all the different
Not
bowl
enough
games,
what in there?
in the packages with the Pop-Tart bites, the minis, there's just not enough.
What do you mean there's not enough
There's
in
not
there?
enough. December 16th kicks off bowl season in the Bahamas Bowl. Then you got the New Orleans Bowl, the Cure Bowl, the New Mexico Bowl, the LA Bowl. So did Jimmy Kimmel stop sponsoring the LA Bowl? Now they're just are they open for a sponsorship? The Independence Bowl, the Myrtle Beach Bowl, the Frisco Bowl, the Boca Raton Bowl, the Gasparilla Bowl, the Birmingham Bowl, the Camellia Bowl, whatever that is, Armed Forces Bowl, Idaho Potato, 68 Ventures Bowl. What is that?
I have no idea.
That's one in Mobile. What was it? Las Vegas Bowl, Hawaii Bowl, Quick Lane Bowl, First Responder Bowl, Guaranteed Rate Bowl, Military Bowl, Duke's Mayo Bowl, Texas Bowl, Fenway Bowl, Pinstripe Bowl, Pop-Tarts Bowl, Alamo Bowl, Gator Bowl, Sun Bowl, Liberty Bowl, Cotton Bowl. Good Lord, there's still more.
Yes.
Peach Bowl, Music City Bowl, Orange Bowl, Barstool Bowl, ReliaQuest Bowl, Citrus Bowl, Fiesta Bowl, Rose Bowl, Sugar Bowl, and then the College Football Championship game January 8th.
So I'm guessing the Sugar Bowl has something to do with the playoffs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the Rose and Sugar are your playoff semifinal games. The only bowl that doesn't have a day and time yet is the Holiday Bowl in San Diego.
And that used to be a really big deal.
Uh-huh.
The Holiday Bowl. It was always cool when Texas went there. Right? I mean,
So plan your bowls accordingly. The Pop-Tart Bowl.
Pop-Tart Bowl. Where is the said Pop-Tart Bowl?
Well, it's the same place that the old Cheez-It Bowl was.
Which was?
Lord.
I believe it was in Orlando.
Orlando. Well, which is well known for its Cheez-Its and its Pop-Tarts.
Where is the I'm trying to find it on the list. I just had it right in front of me. The Pop-Tarts Bowl in Orlando, Florida.
All right.
It will be December 28th, 5:45. Who's eligible for the Pop-Tart Bowl?
Wow.
Is UTSA eligible for the Pop-Tart Bowl?
And I don't think so. Well, maybe they are. I don't know. Would they go to the Pop-Tart Bowl?
They can go to any bowl game they can. That's the only thing left for Jeff Traylor to do is win a damn bowl game.
Well, that's true, but he's kind of hoping he's playing on at the end of the season in the championship game, and then the champion would have to go to a nice bowl.
ACC versus Big 12. I could see it now. UTSA against Texas Tech in the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Texas Tech.
Well, it's a ACC Big 12 matchup.
Why Texas
Oh, wait,
Tech?
no, we're AAC, not ACC.
Yeah.
All right. So, no, we're not eligible for the Pop-Tart Bowl. What bowls are the American teams available for?
Well, let's see. Ask Google.
So, Pledge, do you want to interpret the latest DeAndre Hopkins tweet from earlier today, just moments ago?
Hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil?
Well, that was after somebody said ready to play with Diggs. Now, is that Stephon Diggs or is that Trayvon? That would be Stephon.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see ultimately where he ends up.
Yeah, it will be.
You know, if he does go somewhere else, and if you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, Pro Football Focus says, don't worry. Cowboys are good. We'll explain as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. You need your company logo on a golf shirt, a fishing shirt, any kind of shirt, nice dress shirt, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need T-shirts, screen printed, go see Sam. Caps, Sam has over 12,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom right now, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps. If you need uniforms, Sam has over 700 uniform lines to choose from for all kinds of industries. Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better prices, and Sam has all the big name brands like North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Mathew, Port Authority, to name a few. He's the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. No order too small, certainly no order too big, and all items do come with a warranty. Call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or better yet, go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
It's Rim Wrecking.
That's a grown man's jam!
Board busting.
Throws it down. Oh, what a dunk!
Big ballin' basketball.
Hammers it down.
Nasty. It's the NBA Finals. Heat. Nuggets. For a shot at basketball's ultimate prize. Hear it as it happens on your home for the NBA playoffs.
Get out the way!
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The year is almost half over and you're still dealing with that knee or hip pain. Enough is enough. Pills are not the answer. Surgery is not the answer. You need to call QC Kinetics today. Hey, it's James Fudger with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The advanced regenerative medicine solutions at QC Kinetics can give you life without chronic joint pain. You can do all those summer activities you used to enjoy. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in taking healing properties from your own body and then applying them right into your achy joint, so your joint tissue can be repaired and restored naturally. The treatment is truly revolutionary. Patients across America are having life-changing results, and there's no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. If you have pain in your knees, back, shoulders, hips, you need to stop what you're doing and call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. Learn how the latest advances in regenerative medicine can give you your life back. Call 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park, Westover Hills, and New Braunfels.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Hey everyone, Michael Kielbasa here with Kielbasa Smoked Meats. Since 1949, we've made our sausage with real smoke and honest meat to create our uncompromising slow method to craft that famous mouth-watering Kielbasa experience. I hope that when you see our product, you pick it up, take it home and try it. And if it's not the best you've ever tasted, I'll give you your money back. Guaranteed. Find Kielbasa Smoked Meats in a store near you today.
I was in a terrible accident with a commercial vehicle. I had to have surgery on my back. My life was turned upside down and I was completely screwed. Then I called the Fours, the Davis law firm. Jeff personally handled my case. After expenses and attorney fees, I received $397,988. It's really true. Jeff was here for me.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you were injured by a car or large truck, call me at my San Antonio office at 444-4444. That's 444-4444. There's only one number to remember, and that's 4.
Don't let pain keep you from doing the things you love. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. Whether you've been living with chronic and nagging pain for years, or if you've recently experienced an injury, our goal is to get you out of pain as quickly as possible. Arasti is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, Arasti accepts most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Moments like seeing my son's team cheer him on mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Ready for some over-the-top professional football, San Antonio?
San Antonio Gunslingers football games are played on a field that's half the size that make the action twice as fast, up close, over the wall, high-scoring, and fan-friendly.
Come see your San Antonio Gunslingers take on the Orlando Predators this Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. at the Freeman Coliseum.
This Sunday, the San Antonio Gunslingers are hosting the Make Some Noise game. The first 1,000 fans will receive a pair of Thunder Sticks.
You want affordable family fun? How about tickets as low as $10? Kids 12 and under will get in free with the paid adult.
All fans can go down on the field after the game for a free meet and greet with the players.
So let's make some noise at the San Antonio Gunslingers game this Sunday afternoon at the Freeman Coliseum at 3 p.m. For tickets or more information, go to sanantoniogunslingers.com.
See you at the Freeman Coliseum this Sunday at 3 p.m. for the San Antonio Gunslingers Make Some Noise game.
Limit 1 free kids ticket per paid adult ticket.
Tomorrow on R&R in the morning, Denver, Miami, the NBA Finals get going. We break it all down. We also take a look at the Wemby Watch, which we have every day because why not? Now back to the Blitz. Jason, who cares if the Longhorns are the top of the SEC? Win something.
Your Aggie is showing Rudy, Jay.
But you know what? He brings up a good point. I mean, I got to stick up for my guy Rudy there. Win something, then you can talk.
It's true, although they're not even in yet. Yet they're there. So is Oklahoma. Yet Texas is dominating conversation at the SEC meetings.
Dallas and Texas dominate. It is just the way it is, whether you like it or not. That is the way it is. Yeah, and you can't help it. But I get Rudy's point.
I agree. Go win something.
Right.
I really would like for them to go win something.
To both of those guys.
Yes.
You know. Yeah, both of those teams.
Yeah.
Could win something.
It would be nice. It would be nice. Same for the Cowboys.
Absolutely.
Win something. You know, it's interesting when you look at the post June 1 cuts in the NFL, and you anticipate by the end of the week something happening with Dalvin Cook. And when he hits the market, who's the bigger available free agent, Dalvin Cook or DeAndre Hopkins? D-Hop might have a job by then, but it's interesting when you look at like the Jets. Nah, we're good with our wide receiver room. Shut up. If you can add a DeAndre Hopkins, you would. And I think that is true for every team out there. Every team might say and should say, we're really comfortable with the guys we have in our room. That's what you should
That's
say.
what you're supposed to say.
But if you can add DeAndre Hopkins, you add a DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay.
If it makes sense financially.
As opposed to a Dalvin Cook. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying that, like right now, D-Hop is the best available free agent.
Okay.
When Dalvin Cook hits the market, you could argue need. Everybody is going to say we're happy with our wide receiver.
Well, of course they are.
But if you can add a DeAndre Hopkins, you add him, right?
Looks like Buffalo's about to add him.
I mean, what, because you saw a tweet?
Well, you never know. Now, see, that's going to be scary, though, Jason.
It is.
Whether it's Buffalo or Kansas City. Can you imagine Diggs and Hopkins?
Well, and again, you look at Kansas City. I mean, what an upgrade over Juju, right?
Well,
I mean, and even if he's...
You might be an upgrade over Juju.
If he... Let's not get carried away. If he is lost a step, which there are some reports are that maybe he has, he still has incredible hands,
right?
An incredible catch radius. He is still a major threat in the red zone. You need that first down catch. Can he stretch the field like he used to? Maybe not. I don't know. I'm just going with what we're hearing, experts, GMs on.
Sure.
One of the reasons why teams didn't want to trade, one, he's not the same guy, but it's not like he's 40. And two, they knew Arizona would end up releasing him.
And they didn't want to take on his big salary.
Yep.
I mean, it was huge. So if you hear rumblings that they were going to release him anyway, you wait.
Take your chances.
Sure.
Right? If he ends up on a team not called the Dallas Cowboys.
He's not coming to Dallas. I hate to break that to you. Just saying.
And he's not.
He's not.
And I know that.
Okay.
And you know that.
Yes.
And you in your car right now on 410. You know that.
Yeah.
You over there on 151. You know that. You 281 just passing the Bulverde exit.
Yes.
You know that too. Don't worry, because the Cowboys will be covered or we'll have them covered. According to Pro Football Focus, we spend so much time talking about Dak and the weapons that Dallas has. And we just say the defense is good. And you think about Micah Parsons, right? The Pro Football Focus ranks their top 10 cornerbacks in the NFL. The Dallas Cowboys are the only team that have two guys that make the top 10 list. Gilmore is at number 6, and Diggs is at number 8. Excuse me, 8. Still say it, 8.
8. I mean, yeah, that's good. That's something the Cowboys have always been lacking, right? Is cornerback. And they go out and they get Stephon Gilmore, and that was a good thing. And he's going to bring leadership to that thing. It's going to be interesting to see. It really is going to be interesting to see with those two guys and just how good that defense can be, especially pass coverage. Because if these guys can give the Micah Parsons of the world and D-Laws of the world a little more time to get to the quarterback, obviously they all interchange and work together. So, look, I'm looking forward to it. And I said it, when this happened. You said it. Everybody else said it. This was a great move by the Dallas Cowboys. Without a doubt, going out and getting Gilmore to put alongside of Trayvon Diggs. The only problem I have with Diggs is I wish he'd learn how to tackle.
I mean, he makes some business decisions.
Well, he does, but I wish he'd make some tackles. Mix in a tackle or two, and then, if you want to Olay after that, fine. But, make a tackle, then Olay.
Every now and then.
Olay, tackle,
Every now and then. And again, for a guy that, is a ball hawk, when you go for an interception and miss, you understand that you're giving up a big play, right? I still prefer the aggressive guy, although judging what you can get to and what you can't. And that's something that obviously he's working on. But you start looking at the defense. You look at those corners and, Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker is your safeties. And that pass rush. And then whatever Mozzie Smith can add to the middle with that run stopping. And then, your backup guys, Dorrance Armstrong and Neville Gallimore and Hankins and Sam Williams. This defense can be special. And to have two corners ranked in the top 10? Because it seems like the Cowboys have always had one. And then you just, prayed that Anthony Brown on the other side wouldn't get too toasty. Although he played well.
He did.
He's kind of shaken that toast nickname.
He has.
But it's still there.
No, I can see that. He's still there, but the guy played well. I think he should lose that nickname Toast. I'm just so ready for football season to get here. I really am, because when you look at what the Cowboys have, I want to see what it looks like on paper. And I can't wait for training camp, Jason, to be totally honest with you. How are they going to use Mozzie Smith and Hankins? Are they interchangeable? Do they spell each other? Do they play at the same time at times? I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what Dan Quinn does with those two big fellas.
He's going to rotate them all in. And did Anthony Brown resign, or is he gone? Is he gone? Did he sign somewhere else? Or is he just out there?
I don't think Brown signed anywhere.
Because he's been replaced as a starter, that's for sure. As I've mentioned him, look, I think he's gone anyway. I don't know.
I think he's still with the Cowboys.
Is he?
Yeah.
Wishful thinking on my part. No, he's an unrestricted free agent.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, he could be back.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
But you're right when you think about the Cowboys. All the talk is still about the offense. And that defense could be
special. Could be.
I mean, you think about stopping a Jalen Hurts, stopping these other teams. What San Francisco is able to do is Dan Quinn building a defense that is on that kind of level. And that is where the Cowboys to look at Pro Football Focus's top 10 list of corners, and you see two Cowboys in there. I mean, when was the last time we saw a Cowboy, let alone having two? Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Having two in the top 10?
Maybe since what, Dion?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, because Mo Claiborne certainly didn't get it done. Neither did Brandon Carr.
I don't know. It's been a while. And that's
Terrence
always
Newman.
Oh, Terrence Newman.
Maybe Terrence Newman. Yeah.
But again, alone.
Right.
That's the thing.
Never had anybody. And secondary's been a problem for the Cowboys for some time. I mean, it really has. So it's nice to see them go out and address it and get a big-time free agent.
NBA Finals get underway tomorrow night. The Nuggets are heavy favorites, but don't tell them that. We'll talk about it as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You think about going into the weekend, maybe you want to get something going for the game tomorrow night. You know you need to get into Tri-County Meat Market before you fire up that grill, because that great meal starts with great meat, and no better place than a Tri-County Meat Market. They have what you need with the quality you expect. Maybe you want to do some wings tomorrow night. They've got it, some sausage, some ribs. You want to do some steaks. They've got everything you need up that grilling game. Their Cesar fajitas would be fantastic. And you could always take advantage of their Pick 5 for $25. Tri-County always offers a 10% discount for military and first responders. They have two great locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Huebner, or online at tricountymeat.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
The following is a message from the future, sent by Jamie from Progressive.
Back in 2023, you could get help from Progressive online, through our mobile app, or over the phone. But here, in the future, you'll be able to chat with us from space. Maybe you're asking, why are you spending time on insurance in space? Shouldn't you be sculpting something out of moon rocks or jumping around with no gravity? Insurance seems more like a back on Earth kind of thing, right? Actually, in the future, space is no big deal. Errands are totally appropriate.
That was a message from the future. Get the help you need today with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
I gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency. On low Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face. When it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah. Breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-279-0433 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-279-0433. That's 800-279-0433. What do you have to lose? Call 800-279-0433. Again, 800-279-0433.
I mean, if you like crisp nacho fries covered in bold Mexican spices, then you have to try Steak Chili Verde fries. They're like nacho fries, but with grilled steak topped with spicy Verde sauce with kicks of jalapeno and lime. They're basically the younger brother of nacho fries, who's better looking, smarter, makes more money. But nacho fries has like 53 more followers, so it evens out. Steak Chili Verde fries are here. Get them today, only at Taco Bell.
At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact local store for hours and participation which vary.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Thinking about gas mileage? If your check engine light is on, it may be affecting your MPGs, but the free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help. With the most complete free warning light report backed by technician-verified fixes, you'll know what's affecting your gas mileage and more, and you don't have to drive too far to find the fix. The free AutoZone Fix Finder service is available at all 6,200 stores.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
See details at AutoZone.com.
All guests appearing on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star appear on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, a San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. James Pledger producing as always. During the break, Pledge showed, he saw on socials, the Alamo Dome's having a major concert announcement tomorrow morning at 9.
9 o'clock.
I have no idea what it is.
So how do they do that? Is that like a social media thing they'll just throw out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you're on the email list, you'll get an email.
Major concert announcement.
Major.
It'd be like the Rolling Stones or something.
Sure.
I mean, that'd be major.
That would be.
That would be huge.
That would be. But I was just excited today with a major announcement that just kind of showed up in my Instagram feed from Alice in Chains. They've been added to the Guns N' Roses show that's coming to the Dome on September, whatever day they're coming here, September 26th.
Yeah, I was excited about that too.
Were you?
I was thrilled. Thrilled.
Do you even know who Alice in Chains are?
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
But do I know who they are? I mean, I don't. What does that mean?
I mean,
they're a band.
They're a band.
They're a rock band.
They're a rock band.
Yeah, see, I know them. I know them well. Is this them? I'm going to take a nap.
Yes, this is Alice in
Wow.
Chains.
I'm excited. It gets better, right? I mean, the song. I'm just wondering.
What else you got, Pledge?
Does it get better than this?
Dude, Jerry Cantrell is one of the greatest guitarists. In fact, when I see Alice in Chains, because he, is generally on the left side of the stage, I will get my tickets on the right side, so I'm in front of Jerry Cantrell for the majority of the show.
I've heard this song.
Of course you have.
I've heard this song.
Everybody has. Alice in Chains and Guns N' Roses?
Wow.
So
now, is that that's a major announcement?
I don't think that's what the Alamo Dome is talking about tomorrow, but I didn't know a Guns N' Roses show was going to get better, but it did.
Well, that's great. You've already got tickets for that.
I do.
Wow.
Yeah, now I'm more excited.
How about that?
But it also tells me I might have to take off work early that day.
To see Alice in Chains.
Absolutely.
What day is that?
It's Tuesday, September 26th.
It's football season.
It's Tuesday. Not Friday, not Monday, but Tuesday.
You do it.
Just telling you now.
That's fine. I'm in. No problem. As much as I'd like to go see Alice in Chains, I mean, I'll let you have it.
Okay.
That's the kind of guy I am.
Dude, next time Travis Tritt rolls into town, man, that's all you.
Travis Tritt.
Is Joe Diffie still on tour?
No. Joe Diffie, Mo and Joe, they used to be together. Mo Bandy and Joe Diffie.
How much of Alabama's left?
I think there's 2. Maybe 3. We saw them a couple years ago when they played at the rodeo.
You did?
I did.
I was never a huge Alabama fan.
Of course not.
No, it really wasn't, to be honest with you. I mean, they were good. They had some good songs. But,
George Strait doing another farewell tour anytime soon?
Probably. I hope so. I think he's still rocking in Vegas.
He does Vegas every couple of months.
Yeah, he's still doing Vegas.
And
selling out. My daughter and son-in-law were there, by the way, and sent back some pictures, and the place was just overflowing.
Fred Villarreal saying, "What if it's Foo at the Dome?" I'm in. Take my money.
Well, there you go. It could be. Would that be considered a major announcement?
That would be major.
Well, for you, it would be.
I think I mean, I know. I sometimes don't know if you're just trying to be sarcastic. Apparently, Joe Diffie. But
with Kirstie Alley, right? I mean, who knew?
I had no idea. I'm just thinking of country names. What was that Kershaw guy?
Sammy? Is that who you're talking about? Sammy?
The country singer, not the pitcher.
Clayton's the only one I know. I know Brooks and Dunn. Y'all interviewed them, didn't you?
Brooks and Dunn? Yeah, we did. Well, we interviewed Brooks.
I thought it was Dunn.
I thought it was Kicks.
It was Kicks Brooks.
It wasn't Ronnie Dunn?
No.
Are you sure?
Positive.
All right.
And you didn't interview him anyway. Rob and I did.
I talked to him. I didn't know what I'd ask him.
Exactly.
So
no, but I mean, he was a fun dude because he talked about, when we come to town, he'll just come on the bus and drink beer with us before the show.
Their best song, in my opinion, is Neon Moon.
Yeah.
That's an awesome song. By the way, 5916, the guy that broke it to us that Joe Diffie died, said they didn't prop him up by the jukebox either.
Was that a song?
That's a song. That was a great song.
They had to prop him up, didn't they?
Prop me up.
Please don't.
That's a good song.
Please don't. 3776 says Foo Fighters wouldn't be a major announcement. Yeah, right.
There wouldn't be. See, I think it would be. I mean,
it would be.
Just because of you, I know more about the Foo Fighters than I ever knew.
They are one of those bands that are at that level.
All right.
Maybe it's Metallica. They're going to be in Dallas in August. They got an open weekend.
Wow.
That would be major.
That for you?
For me.
Certainly.
I mean, a major announcement doesn't mean you have to give a damn about who it is.
Well,
right?
I'm saying if it's a major announcement, I mean, does it have to be a rock band to be a major announcement?
I mean, for all we know, it's some comedian that's coming to the Dome.
Could be.
Right?
What if Kevin Hart's coming?
It could be.
Taylor Swift.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if the dome is big enough.
Yeah, I don't
That'd
think
be a major announcement.
That
though.
would be a
You
major
see
announcement.
Aaron Rodgers dancing at the Taylor Swift concert the other day?
Yeah.
Didn't look like there's anything wrong with his calf that day.
No. Can't go to practice, though.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm Aaron Rodgers.
I thought
He's a
that was
Swiftie.
that was nice.
He's a Swiftie.
Well, who isn't? I mean, come on.
Well, this is true. Who isn't?
Right?
Who isn't? The Twitter says Fluffy. See, Fluffy could be coming to the dome.
Okay, who the hell's Fluffy?
You don't know who Fluffy is?
Is that your cat?
No, he's a comedian.
Fluffy.
He's a comedian.
Gabriel Iglesias.
Yes.
Oh.
But
I've heard of Gabriel Iglesias.
But he had a Netflix series called Fluffy that everybody watched except you during the COVID shutdown.
You know, my guy
we tried to literally get to the end of Netflix.
Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yeah.
That would be big. I'd like to see him again here in San Antonio.
Wouldn't be major.
No, it would be huge. Guy's in a movie. He just came out with Robert De Niro.
Well, we got some Robert De Niro news coming up.
No,
we
that's
don't.
Al Pacino.
But Robert De Niro is in the news too.
All those Italians, you know.
Major announcement in the dome tomorrow.
I'm looking forward to it.
Alice in Chains added to the bill for Guns N' Roses.
Wow.
That's big.
Now, how many bands total are in
I have
this
no
concert?
idea. I have no idea.
So, did they not have an opening act?
I honestly couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, you did. It was Guns N' Roses,
Yeah,
and that was enough for you.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you.
I'm going for the headliner. See, it's like the Blink 182 show that's coming. I'm excited to see one of the openers, and the name is slipping me. It's just as I'm about to say it, that's opening for Blink 182. Because I do like to go early to see the opening bands, because a lot of times that's how you discover newer artists.
And sometimes they're better. Kenny Chesney, when I saw him and Tim McGraw years ago, Chesney opens up for McGraw, and Chesney kicked McGraw's butt.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a major announcement. Little Kenny Chesney.
In a fight? Tim McGraw, Kenny Chesney? Who would win?
No, in a concert.
Oh.
Chesney.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
That would. Sure. Would you go?
I might.
Even Pledge would go to that one.
Absolutely would. So I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
turnstile.
just so we're clear, I mean, this major announcement doesn't have to be a rock band. Could be a lot of things.
It could be anything. That's
Okay.
all I said. It was a major announcement. You're the one to just.
Well, you're throwing out, names of rock bands, and it
No,
may
we
not be
mentioned
that at
Joe
all.
Diffie, but it can't be him. He's dead.
Well, that'd be a hell of a show if it was. They'll just prop him up by the jukebox. Oh, Joe.
Ryan Egel or Diffie?
Both.
There's times where I just want to tell you to get off my lawn. And then the next story says there's still hope for you, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll get into that as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You think about game one of the NBA Finals. You want a place to go watch it tomorrow night? Get into the Rue Pub there at 281 and Redland Road, because there is no better place to watch a game than at the Rue, with those three massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. And show up at the Rue Pub hungry, because the food there is fantastic. All made from scratch right there in their kitchen. They got the biggest and best wings in town, about 15 different burgers on the menu, great salads, great appetizers, and that kitchen is open late until 2 a.m. every day with the full menu available. So when you need that late night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Rue Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. They have happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Rue Pub, next to the Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Rue.
It's R&R in the morning. Tomorrow at 6.
Tomorrow on R&R in the morning, Denver Nuggets, Miami Heat, end of the super team era. The finals get going, and we break it all down for you. NFL and, of course, the Wemby Watch. The party gets started at 6.
R&R in the morning. Tomorrow at 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hello there. My name is Seychelle, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the punch of flavors that's unlike any other. You get the crispy tenderness of the chicken and that hint of sourness from the pickles. Ta-da!
Hey, I'm Juan, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is you're going to get chicken that's crispy, golden, and juicy. This is the gold standard of chicken sandwiches.
Order the original Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
At Lowe's, we're always bringing pros more ways to save. Right now, buy a select Metabo HPT cordless nailer and get a 36-volt 2.5 amp-hour battery free, a $139.99 value. And as a Lowe's MVP, buy select Owens Corning shingles and earn 2 times the bonus points per dollar. Lowe's knows pros. Valid 5/11 through 7/12. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. U.S. only. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Valid through 6/1. Subject to change.
Gravely Momentous Savings Event is going on at Bill's Tractor. Get up to $1,000 off select Gravely zero-turn mowers. Bill's Tractor is offering 0% financing for approved buyers with payments starting at only $104 a month. Gravely mowers are designed for exceptional comfort and built for dependability. Don't miss the Gravely Momentous Savings Event at Bill's Tractor and save up to $1,000 on a new Gravely zero-turn mower. Test drive a Gravely mower today or visit billstractor.com.
It's patio season, so get over to the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road to enjoy the great South Texas weather. As always, ice cold beer and specialty drinks, happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6, and the kitchen is open late until 2 a.m. every day. Add the Roo Pub into your lunch rotation with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. You know there is no better place to watch a game, and they always have all the fights. The Roo Pub next to the Angry Elephant, 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Diamonds Direct takes our most popular offer ever up to the next level. Now, for a limited time, you can make any purchase and take advantage of special financing for up to 5 years, or get $5,000 off. Get the lowest possible monthly payment, or get a generous cash credit. It's all about giving you more. Design the ring of your dreams with our most flexible finance options and best savings ever offered. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion. Get details and more at diamondsdirect.com. On approved credit.
Your car wreck could mean compensation. Call the Rexperts now at 446-5000. 446-5000.
Experts are the way to go. Call 446-5000.
This is Tim Spence, and you're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Say hello to my little friend!
Yeah, I wonder if that's a pickup line when you're 83 trying to pick up a 29-year-old.
I wouldn't think little friend would be a pickup line.
Al Pacino is 83, and he has knocked up his 29-year-old girlfriend.
Wow. Well, I mean, she is probably very happy that happened.
She is set for life.
Yes. You know, that's interesting. How old is he? 89?
83.
83.
83. Do you think he makes the kids' kindergarten graduation?
Wow. So that's what, 5-6 years?
I mean, he's 83. The fact that she didn't kill him while making this baby is the more surprising thing.
Hey, he's Al Pacino.
Come
on. Yeah, I'm going to say yeah. Why not? I mean, he's still in good shape, obviously.
Well, who was in the news? Who was it the other day that was in the news that's
De Niro?
De Niro, right? How old is De Niro?
He's 70-something, right?
But his girlfriend was much older than this 29-year-old, right?
Yeah, if you say so.
I don't keep up with the gossip. That's what you're here for, Joe.
Well, I mean, he's 79.
He's 79. He's got 7 kids. Al Pacino only has 4. So if there's a race, Pacino needs to get busy.
Well, first of all, dude, why in the hell?
I got grandkids older than my kid.
I mean, why would you want a 7th kid?
I mean, You've got
at 79.
You've got 5. I mean, at what point did you decide to stop?
Dude, let me tell you something. I am so happy that my 5 are all grown. And I don't have to, how can I say this nicely for anybody that might be listening?
Worry?
Right. Worry about them,
are you
of
shooting
course.
blanks at this point?
Well,
You get snip?
no, but it doesn't matter.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Yeah, I did snip.
Well, that's great. I really don't care.
I did it live on the radio.
I'm sure that audience was thrilled.
Dude, it was a lot of fun.
See, you know, look, I just don't. Yeah, I'm so happy with life right now. Right? Wake up in the morning. Maggie and I decide we want to go do something. Bam, we go do it.
I'm the same way as an empty nester. It's
exactly.
great.
It's fantastic. Great. I love it. So hey, if Pacino and De Niro want to bang out babies while they're, you know, growing old, that's up to them.
Now, you kind of figure Al Pacino rolls out of bed and does whatever the hell he wants anyway.
Probably.
Whether he's got a newborn at home or not.
I would imagine.
Yeah,
right?
I just like Sam in our building, Sam from Jack FM.
Yeah.
They just had a baby girl a couple of days ago. Precious.
Mhm.
Photos are fantastic.
Yes.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine being in that stage again.
No, it don't want to be.
There's nothing about that.
No.
That, you know, I know you're a grandpa. I've got friends that are grandparents, and, you know, now, you know, their Instagram feeds have gone from barbecue and beaches to babies. And it's just like, I mean, I don't know, man.
Look, we did our time.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
we did our time.
We did our
It's
time.
like a sentence.
And so we did our time, and it was great. But I'm glad that's over. The grandkids are great. They come over for a little while, and we hang out, and then they leave.
You spoil them a little bit. You don't have to change a diaper.
Exactly. Unfortunately, you know, only 2 of them are here.
Yeah.
2 of them are in Colorado.
Yeah.
So,
but you still don't have to change diapers.
No, I don't change diapers. That's, hey, here, Mom. Yes.
Was Maggie?
No.
Okay.
Mom.
Yeah. I wanted nothing to do with it when it was my responsibility.
Well, I didn't either, but you know, unfortunately, you couldn't do that.
No, but and I still get in trouble for this at times. But you know, and I was telling this to Sam. There are some times patio and a hose is the best option,
dude. And
I've gotten in trouble for that through the years. But there were multiple times where I just got the hose after Erica as opposed to using up a whole thing of wipies.
Dude, you really did the hose? Is that what you tell me?
Yeah.
You hosed off your baby.
Yes.
And she's still your baby?
Of course.
Wow.
I mean, why not?
Times were different back then, I guess. Just hose down the kid.
Dude, you just go outside. I mean, when it was bad, that's what you had to do.
Well, I would tell you, you know, babies are adorable, but they can stink.
Well, yeah.
The stuff that comes out of their behind is like nuclear waste.
Wait till you're in diapers again.
Well,
somebody's going to say that about you.
I guarantee you they will. Unbelievable.
But you're right. And sometimes a hose is the best option.
Well,
because you don't want to do it in the sink because it's your sink.
I've never done the hose. I can say that.
I have.
No hose.
I have.
I'm just trying to get a picture of this, a mental picture. Now, was Erica just laying on the ground?
Yeah, you just put her in the grass.
Just go to town.
Yeah.
Now, did you have one of those guns?
No, man. No, I'm not cruel. I'm you know, but
well, I don't know. I mean, you're hosing your kid down.
I mean, gets the job done. You ever hose off your boots? It's the same thing.
Exactly. Yes. Wow. Hosing the kid down. You should write a baby book, Minix. Yeah, I mean, seriously, it'd be a bestseller.
Dude, I couldn't. I was bad every time. I'm a nice guy. I see somebody throw up, I'm going to throw up with you.
Oh,
Nobody
Well, I
should
can't- I
throw
can't-
up alone.
I can't wait to see Erica next time. Does she remember that?
Of course she doesn't remember that. But she's heard the stories. The only time I ever got in trouble is I didn't apparently clean up enough afterwards, and so Joanna got home from work and went outside and was like, "What happened?"
The kid was still Erica was still outside.
No, but the remnants of what I was hosing off was still there.
Whoa!
So then the second and third time you do it, you learn. Then you hose that down too.
Hose down the kid. All right.
Uh-huh.
It will be coming, folks.
Uh-huh. Jason A on the Twitter line, 9407, says maybe it's a military thing. I hosed my kid off too. I don't know if it's a military thing. It's I can't handle this. You're going outside, hose it is.
Well,
there's not enough wipies in the world for some of those things.
I guess, when a push comes to shove, I'm not opposed to it.
See, I'm thinking, so I was doing a morning show when Erica was a baby. So, I would pick her up from daycare generally between somewhere, unless I went to lunch with somebody, around noon. And Joanna was working in the ER at the time, so she wouldn't get home till 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. And ER nurses, they just don't clock out at 7. They got to wait till whatever it is they're doing is done. So, it was me and the kiddo for a good solid 8 hours. But a lot of bad things are happening in that time in that diaper, and a hose was appropriate sometimes.
I bet Erica couldn't wait for mom to get home. Thank God. I hear the car coming in the driveway.
Who was more excited, the kid or me?
This is The Blitz with Jason and Joe. KTFM, Floresville, and always at ESPNSA.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Here's a question for you. Will Victor Wembanyama make his Spurs debut in the California Classic Summer League July 3rd through the 5th in Sacramento? We're not sure because he's still playing basketball in France. Spurs, though, will be there. Happy 24th anniversary to the Memorial Day Miracle. Sean Elliott's three-pointer against the Portland Trailblazers in the Western Conference Finals. And the Texas Rangers get beat by the Tigers 3-2.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minutes. It's Wednesday, right?
I think so. Hump day.
Uh-huh.
Oh my
What are you
gosh.
laughing at so much?
Well, I'm looking at
Say hello to my little friend.
Is that the water hose? Hicks Eric 7 on Twitter. He's got a picture of a power washer.
He must not have had that one. I didn't see that one.
Well, he's probably hosing off your remnants.
That sounded weird. Go, I can't be the only one.
Well,
that hosed
probably
off the
not.
kid.
Probably not. Wow, Miguel Martinez on YouTube. You see this? I
Yeah.
left a shot of tequila on the counter. My son accidentally drank it. Told him it was apple juice. I bet he never had apple juice again. Or that, or he was always asking for it. And it's like, why? This doesn't taste right.
Uh-huh. He didn't realize it wasn't apple juice till he got to college.
Wow. It is story time, apparently. Everybody's confessing.
All right.
I got a story for you.
All right.
I'm telling you, it's a Wednesday, right? I go to lunch today. And as I'm leaving the restaurant, I have to stop in the men's room.
Okay.
Well, there's a plumber in there.
A plumber in the men's room at the
plumber
restaurant.
in the men's room, and he's sticking his hose down into the drain.
Okay, good.
And at the end of the hose was a camera, and he's got a monitor there, and he's checking it out. So I walk in, and I say, well, are you guys, is it open? He goes, yeah, we're open. I said, okay, well, you want me to go to the stall, or is the urinal okay? He goes, yeah, you can go in the urinal. So he gets out of the way.
Okay.
Well, I'm standing there at the urinal. I'm doing what I do, making small talk. Hey, where do I know you from?
Hang on a second. Pledge, this sounds like we need story time music. Because now we're having a Conversation at the urinal with the plumber who's got a hose in the drain.
He does.
We need music for this.
It sounds complicated, doesn't it?
I need a flow chart.
You do. Well, as I'm standing there doing my thing, where do I know you from? That's what the guy asked me. Granted, I got my back to him.
You got your back to him. So
and I said, well, I'm
Joe Reinagel.
I'm a big deal.
Hi, I'm Joe Reinagel.
No. I got to the point where, a TV thing, right? So we're talking and he's, doing it, working or standing there. I don't know what he's doing. So I get done.
He's watching you pee.
I guess so. So I go to the sink. I start washing my hands, and then a question pops in my mind, and I'm looking at the monitor there, and I'm going, dude, what is the craziest thing you've ever seen by sticking your hose down a drain with a camera?
Good Lord.
And he goes, funny you should ask. It's about 2 weeks ago. I'm at this guy's house. He's got a clogged, I don't know if it's a toilet or drain or how he is, but he says, I see there's a bunch of stuff down there, and I pull them out, and it's condoms.
What?
And he said several condoms, and he also said big.
So wait a minute. So he's at somebody's house.
Yes. Unclogging their
toilet.
Apparently.
And he pulls out several condoms.
Right, but he saw him with the hose with the camera attached.
So they're recognizable after they've been in the water for a while.
I suppose they don't, they're not biodegradable.
Okay.
Or edible, apparently.
Well, that's a different kind.
Okay, I guess so. So he pulls these out, and he goes to the guy that he's working with, and he says, "Look, I found your problem. And it's all clear." But he said, "Don't throw these down the toilet." So the guy says, "Wait a minute. Those are I don't use condoms."
What?
The guy said, "I don't use condoms."
Whoa.
So I obviously gets awkward from there. So he said the guy calls his wife, who was in the other room, and asked her about the condoms. And I guess she admitted that, yeah, there had been some little hanky-panky going on at the house.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. All right. Whoa. So, boy,
Yeah, that's
abrupt
the wrong
end of the music.
When he the ball chicka wow wow.
Well, I heard the whoa. I was like, whoa.
Whoa.
So what a way to get busted.
So the wife or the girlfriend, the wife has been having friends over.
Yes.
Little extracurricular activities.
Uh-huh.
And gets busted because he would take his condoms and flush them down the toilet, and they apparently don't flush all the way.
Well, somebody was taking the condoms and flushing them. I'm not sure who, but yes, and they got
could have been
stuck.
her. All right.
Now, the plumber said several. I don't know what that means, but he also said big.
All right.
The guy was very upset. Obviously, the wife admitted it, and that was a problem. But yeah, the plumber.
So imagine you're a guy and you find out your wife's been cheating on you because the plumber finds somebody else's condoms in your toilet.
Yeah, because the husband doesn't use them.
And imagine you're the wife who's thinking she's getting away with it and gets caught because you thought you got rid of the evidence that you didn't really get rid of.
Well, I would think. I mean, once said condom flushes down the toilet, you figure problem solved.
Yeah,
there's no issues.
So here's the question: what do you do with your condoms?
Well, apparently you don't flush them down the toilet.
Well,
or if you do, maybe one at a time. Maybe she had a collection.
Well, I think it was.
Or he was there for. Or he was there for a while.
Gross. I think it was one at a time, and they just built up.
I don't know the answer to that, and my plumber friend didn't know the answer either. But
I mean, sounds like you spent a lot of time with this plumber at this point.
I was very intrigued, just like you are. I'm going, whoa, dude, because I'm thinking, I don't know, there's a rat down there, or there's this, or
a rat in your toilet.
Well, something, a snake, something. Right? Because when I asked the question, the last thing on my mind was a big condom.
So
we get to suck on that all week.
When you think about a way to get busted.
Yeah.
Now, it's been damn near 30 years since I've worn a condom.
Uh-huh.
I used to flush them. Pledge, you're a single guy. Very active.
I'm a flusher.
You're a flusher. You probably shouldn't flush anymore.
Apparently not.
I wouldn't. Well, I mean, you've got nothing to worry about. Your toilet gets clogged and the plumber finds a bunch of condoms. It's like, you're not married.
That's
So
a
he's
good point.
okay. So
But you still got to call a plumber.
Right.
It's still an issue.
Yeah,
like
but
somebody from Saul's is listening right now saying, "Yeah, don't flush those things."
see, here's the indication that the plumber was very impressed with the homeowner at first. Like, dude, you're going to town here. Don't do it. And then I guess he saw a very disappointed look on the guy's face. And he had to admit it wasn't him.
The realization of my wife's cheating on me.
Yeah.
See, I thought when you started this story that maybe the kid in the house was about to get busted.
The kid?
Well, if you got a kid in your house, let's say a teenager.
Oh,
right.
But apparently not.
No, it's.
I don't know if they had kids or not. I didn't get that far.
Well, clearly he wasn't thinking it would have been the kid. He immediately knew it was the wife, and the wife, from what you're telling me from the plumber, knew she was busted and acted as if.
And apparently, apparently somebody that was,
well, you're hung up on size, aren't you?
Well, I mean, I'm saying that's what the plumber said.
like
my meat pig. The plumber. I mean, his hands were like this, right out there.
Yeah,
they were big.
Yeah,
those are his words.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, it was the craziest story. That's the last thing I was expecting. And this guy just rattles this off. It's like, whoa, hey. And then his apprentice or his partner comes in there and he goes, "Oh, you're telling him about the condom story."
When you think about various stories that you have heard from friends of friends,
right,
that have been busted.
Mm-hmm.
This to me is the most bizarre way I've heard of somebody getting caught.
This is a first for me. I've never heard of this.
Right. The fact that she was getting away with it. The guy apparently had no clue, or maybe he did have a clue, but had no evidence, right? And the plumber, because the toilet's clogged up, because the guy was getting rid of him in a way that you thought you were supposed to.
And the wife probably had no idea. Honey, call the plumber. The toilet's clogged. Not thinking anything of it.
Well, yeah, because, they're gone.
They're gone.
They're gone. What's the weirdest way you have heard a story of, unless maybe it was you, that you've been busted for cheating or you busted the other half for cheating in some bizarre way?
Wow.
Like, can you top this plumber story? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. You can also tweet us at Joe Reinagle 210. Tweet at me at Jay Simonix. And for all you plumbers that listen, is this common? Is this common? Like, condoms flushing down the toilet are a bad thing.
And should we not do that?
I mean, because we are an educational program here.
Yeah, we just want to help you out.
If we learn something and we can help you, let's face it, you call the plumber and it's for that, it's still going to cost you some money to unclog the toilet.
And you don't want to get busted and have to pay the money.
Exactly. We're helping you out, guys.
So
that's what we do here.
Well, apparently we're helping the women out because this
well, we're the guys.
Particular.
Maybe there's a guy who now has to find another place to go get because he's not allowed back over,
or she got kicked out and knocking on his door.
Yeah.
See, there's a lot more to this story.
There's a lot of questions here that are unanswered,
and I wish that I've been in the media a long time. You have too. You've asked a lot of questions, and you ask a question, sometimes you just got to be ready for the answer. But I was not even close to ready for that. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I wasn't even on my mind.
Yeah. Clogged condoms.
Yeah, no. And cheating wives.
Now, here's the other thing. For all you business types out there, why do the condom makers not make flushable condoms?
Or dissolvable ones? Well,
sure.
Okay, I can see that, why they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It might dissolve a little too quickly, right?
Well, I started out safe.
Man.
It didn't end safe.
It's just not my day.
Although you might get a medal if you lasted long enough for it to dissolve. Oh, my goodness. Thomas,
wow.
You got caught in a weird way, man. What's your story? You're on the Blitz.
What's going on, man? Huge fans of y'all real quick. But something a little educational, because you said it's an educational program.
It is.
We are.
Yeah, so something that recently came back to my attention. You know that how iPhones, they have the recently deleted when you delete pictures, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was not aware that the same thing goes for messages. So yeah, I apparently not a lot of people know that, so I need y'all to put the word out there. Anyways, fellas, be careful. So I thought I covered up my tracks very well, texting the young female at work, come home hammered drunk, and my significant other at the time happened to go through my phone, and she throws me the phone and she's like, "Can you explain this?" And I'm reading half drunk, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, I deleted this." And as I'm going further up, I was like, "Oh, for sure, I deleted these messages. What the hell?" And yeah, and she told me the way. So ever since that, I've been telling this story, and there's been a lot of people that didn't know about this feature. So please help me get the word out, fellas. Be careful, please.
What you just did,
Over
man.
100,000 people just said,
Yeah.
You know, and of course, there's plenty of people out there saying, you know, if you're not doing anything wrong, you got nothing to worry about.
That's exactly right.
Thomas, we understand, and there are people out there that appreciate it. Now, so is there a way to delete your recently deleted? Is that what you're trying to get at?
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Okay, so let's say me and you are having a conversation. Let's say me and you have a conversation, right? Let's say you talk smack about Victor Wembanyama and you don't want people to know, so you delete it, right? So you would go into the top corner where it says options. You press that, and it'll drop down to show deleted messages. And if you click on that, it'll give you two options: to permanently delete or to export them back. And that's how my ex got them. She
You
exported
know,
them.
Thomas, the only thing I got to say, like my wife has the password to my phone. She could check it anytime.
So
Right.
did mine. So did mine.
Oh,
So
okay.
I thought, you know,
Because-
that's why I was like, yeah, you can go through it. And like I said, I'm not a pro at this, man. I'm not a pro at this, and this is my first relationship. So I was like, you know what?
It was your first relationship?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but
Yes,
Thomas is
sir.
a young man. You're a young dude, aren't you, Thomas?
Yes, sir. I turned 24 in July.
See that?
Yeah, there you go. There you
Well,
go.
when you're
Lot to
24, you're
learn.
looking to
everything. Yeah.
You know, the hole in the fence.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah.
I
So
want me
that's
some glory hole.
That was a good one to patch up right there, fellas. You gotta stay on top of that. man.
Thomas, we appreciate the
Thanks,
insight.
Thomas.
Thanks for listening. It doesn't
Appreciate
quite
that.
come close to the plumber story.
Well, but it's the
yeah.
same thing. I mean, he thought he got rid of the problem. So did she. Wow.
Yikes. Okay.
So anyway, that was my lunchtime adventure today. I don't want to say where I was or anything, and I don't know who the plumber worked for.
So you spent a lot of time with this plumber. It apparently got intimate. You didn't get his number?
Well, I was talking to the guy.
Did you buy him lunch at least?
No, I was already done. I want me some glory hole. That Jerry, I tell you.
Wow.
He's a card.
I don't even know how this is possible. This sounds like something out of one of those weird NCIS type shows. But and then he says no names. I cloned her phone and downloaded all text, emails, and pics.
Wow,
that's how he caught her.
How do you clone somebody's phone?
I don't know. I mean, that just sounds like something that would be, like on one of those detective shows. I've got a cloned phone. It's like a burner phone. You hear about burner. You know anybody with a burner phone?
I don't.
No, but you hear about it all the time on the TV, right? You got your burner, and I clone this, I clone that.
I don't know how to do that, and don't want to know how to do that.
Oh,
look, if you think your significant other is cheating, you probably ought to, find somebody else.
Here's the thing, though, guys. The lesson here brought to you not by Saws, but by Sauce. Don't flush your condoms. Apparently, it's bad for your pipes.
Yeah, don't.
And it could be bad for your relationship.
Yes, as it was in this case. So I appreciate that, plumber. If you're listening, you know who you are. So thanks for that story. That was fun.
Uh-huh.
Nothing like a men's room adventure.
Only Ryan Eagle.
I'm just
in there
saying.
standing at the urinal with his white belt talking about some other dude's condoms.
Actually, I didn't have my white belt on, which is probably a good thing. I'm happy about that.
Now some lady is looking for a new roof over her head.
Yeah, probably. Well, best of luck to them. Hopefully they can work that out.
They're done.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. You know, a good roof over your head? That's what you're trying to tell me?
I was trying to set it up on a tee for you.
Well, you did. I just whiffed and then came back for the second one. Let me tell you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing, please. That storm the other day, what was that, Sunday? Or Monday? Oh, my goodness. It was crazy. We got stuck in it. It was raining so hard, a little bit of hail. But that's just San Antonio and South Texas this time of year, right? I mean, you just never know when those things are going to pop up. So you want to make sure that it doesn't damage your roof. And if you think that you have some damage to your roof, don't make the mistake of trusting some out-of-town roofer, because they're always going to come into your community and knock on your door, want to check things out. Work with a local company, somebody with years of experience. You want to work with a company whose people live here in our area. They deal with the same weather we do. That's Stevens Roofing. You want to work with Stevens Roofing. Got a great saying. It's called buy local, stay local, trust local with Stevens Roofing. And it makes perfect sense. You know, the professionals at Stevens Roofing repair and install all kinds of roofs. They do metal roofs, composition roofs, commercial projects, anything, and they'll work with your insurance company. To me, that's the best part. Takes it right off your plate. Give them a call, 210-785-0994. They'll send somebody out, check for damage, and they'll give you an honest assessment. Whether it's a simple leak or a roof replacement, Stevens Roofing is your local roofer. They're here for you, rain or shine, and they're going to be here for years to come. You can get them online at stevensroofing.net. Just don't forget that saying. Buy local, stay local, trust local with Stevens Roofing. 210-785-0994.
It's Hot Ticket Thursday. Every Thursday morning at 7:20 and afternoons at 5:20. It's your shot at the hottest tickets to the hottest events. It's Hot Ticket Thursday. Every Thursday morning at 7:20 and afternoons at 5:20. Only from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Trane heating and cooling systems are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit TraneInfo.com to find your local independent Trane dealer. TraneInfo.com. It's hard to stop a train.
Hey everyone, Michael Kielbasa here with Kielbasa Smoked Meats. Since 1949, we've made our sausage with real smoke and honest meat to create our uncompromising slow method to craft that famous mouth-watering Kielbasa experience. I hope that when you see our product, you pick it up, take it home and try it. And if it's not the best you've ever tasted, I'll give you your money back. Guaranteed. Find Kielbasa Smoked Meats in a store near you today.
Tired of garage clutter? Garageization can organize your garage with cabinets, shelving, overhead racks, and more. Right now, buy 8 feet of shelving and get 4 feet free. Learn more at GarageOrganizationSanAntonio.com. GarageOrganizationSanAntonio.com.
Gomez Law Firm has been taking care of the people of San Antonio for almost 50 years, the leader in personal injury law. Jose, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
We do ride-sharing cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Attention business owners. Stop throwing your hard-earned money away on rent. Imagine owning your own building and saving thousands every year. Sound impossible? Not if you use General Steel. General Steel can help you save thousands by owning your own custom-designed building. Just call 888-74-STEEL. That's 888-74-STEEL to see how much money you can save with General Steel. Our buildings come with a 50-year warranty, and thousands of companies, from Fortune 500 corporations to startups, have trusted the General with their building needs.
If you need to expand or start a new business, you really need General Steel.
I'm very impressed with General Steel. Everyone's been extremely helpful. I'd recommend General Steel to anyone looking to build a steel building.
Stop wasting money on rent. Call 888-74-STEEL. That's 888-74-STEEL to find out about all our popular quick construction kits, including a 40 by 60 foot building or a 50 by 100 clear span building. Just call 888-747-8335 now. That's 888-74-STEEL.
What if you could build a six-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating a six-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons, best-selling author and executive producer of a new Hollywood documentary called The Baby Boomer Dilemma. In this film, economists and Nobel Prize-winning PhDs from Wharton, MIT, and Stanford share a strange concept I call the retirement discount. It gives you more retirement income with the same dollar saved, and your money is never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even people who are on track have shifted money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you are over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money, call to get a free copy of this brand new movie, 1-800-578-3535. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you get it completely free, plus 2 hours of bonus behind-the-scenes footage. No credit card required. Call right now. 1-800-578-3535. That's 1-800-578-3535. Again, 1-800-578-3535.
16 teams.
And slams it down.
Down to 2.
Watching the replay. Oh my God.
The NBA Finals are on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Bring that ass back like a boom, 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 boom.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. You can always be a part of the show on Twitter at Joe. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. Or you can dial up or text the Kielbasa Smoke Meats phone lines 210-656-ESPN 656-3776. It is a holiday in San Antonio. A very special day that should be celebrated a little bit more appropriately than
should be
than
a
it
holiday.
Is.
I
It
agree.
It should be. I mean, I don't know how you would celebrate this.
I got to talk to the mayor.
Mayor Ron, you got the number? We need to talk. Oh, but I mean, there should be something a little bit more to honor Sean Elliott on this anniversary of the Memorial Day Miracle.
Ellie will throw it in. Duncan, Elliott, Robinson, and Kerr on the floor. Delay of game. Into Sean Elliott. He fires the three and hits it. His sixth of the game. What a shot. But it looked like he was going to step out of bounds. He caught it and tight-roped the sideline. What a shot. Man, that's the shot you take with the clock running out, not with 9 seconds left. That fooled me. I didn't think they would shoot a three right there. And he was actually covered pretty well. The man went for the steal. Bob, it's the closest three you take on that sideline, and it's also the easiest place to step out of bounds. Watch his feet. He gathered himself and buried the three. Sean Elliott. That all started. Remember when they were down 18 in the third quarter, we said, Sean Elliott's got to make some shots. Well, he has made them. And look at this. Ogman goes for the steal. Rasheed Wallace, a hand in the face. He didn't even see the basket. Sean Elliott, 6 of 7 on three-pointers in this game. 22 points overall. This would be a absolutely heart-wrenching loss for Portland. They have really dominated this game, start to finish. San Antonio steals this game. It will be devastating for the Blazers. The Portland Trailblazers have never trailed in this game until now. San Antonio's first lead comes after 47 minutes and 51 seconds.
Wow. I get goosebumps hearing that again.
Just thinking about Bob Costas on that call. And what do you figure? 8 million people in the Alamo Dome that day, 24 years ago.
Yes.
We were all there. I really was. I wasn't too far from Joe Reinagel back then.
Yeah, I was there. We were there. It was incredible. And it's amazing because, before we heard that, you said this should be a national holiday, and it should. I mean, think about it. If Elliott doesn't hit that shot, Spurs don't win that game, who's to say Portland doesn't win that series?
True.
And the entire, algorithm for the San Antonio Spurs is all screwed up.
When you look at it and you think about where do you rank that in shots, moments, and Spurs history? In my mind, it's number one. Now, Pledge is pointing out the Spurs Twitter handle talks about, on this day, May 31st, 2014, Spurs beat Oklahoma City in overtime to go to the NBA. And that's true, right? We all know that. They also, though, have the Memorial Day miracle story also on their Twitter feed, Pledge. Don't try to hate. But, I mean, but this is, in my mind, still number one. Are there other great shots in Spurs history? Absolutely.
Yes.
A lot of great moments to celebrate. And so many people have had big shots. But I don't know if any were bigger than that one from Sean Elliott because of what it meant, what it did, and it led to the first championship.
Yeah, and a lot of people were talking about, well, Avery Johnson's shot was big. Yes, it was, but it might not have ever happened had it not been for Sean Elliott's shot. So I think that the Memorial Day miracle shot is just one of those plays, one of those moments in Spurs history that, it's got to be up near the top. Has to be.
And you think about Avery's shot, that baseline jumper.
Uh-huh.
That was the game winner in the clinching game.
Yes.
But it wasn't like it was the game-winning shot at Game 7 against Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
But it did lead to the first championship. And you think about some of the shots that, I don't know, Steve Kerr hit against the Dallas Mavericks or Robert Horry. I mean, Robert Horry, he hit some big shots.
His biggest shot was Steve Nash in the front row.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and you look at, there's so many great moments, but to me, that one's number one.
I have to agree because it could have changed the direction of the entire franchise. I mean, you just don't know. He hits that shot, Spurs have all the momentum, and they go on to win a championship. And I just could have changed everything. So to me, that is the biggest shot in Spurs history. And I don't think it's even close.
And then on top of that, you find out later what Sean was going through on a personal side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
true. Very true. But he just got hot. And what I love about Sean Elliott, because you heard it in the call just a few minutes ago. I mean, he had time. He didn't have to take that shot there.
Yeah.
But he was feeling it. He had made, 6 of 7 threes. He was feeling it. And he knew it. And I'll never forget him running down the court after that, looking at his teammates saying, I told you so.
Mm-hmm.
I told you so. And it was just a great moment, and couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
And next year being the 25th anniversary, I wonder what the city, what the organization will do.
Got to do something, right?
I mean, now granted, unless the Spurs are in the playoffs and still playing, Sean probably ain't going to be around. Although maybe next year, if they tell him ahead of time we're going to do something.
Oh, he'll be around.
He'll be around.
Are you kidding me?
But I don't know. Right now, he's probably on a beach somewhere.
He remembers that shot. He's probably celebrating the Memorial Day miracle.
Somewhere else, probably in another country.
That's what Sean
does. With a nice glass of wine.
I love that. Everybody gives him a hard time.
I say glass, bottles.
You ask Sean about the Memorial Day miracle.
Mm-hmm.
Just sit down and listen.
Mm-hmm. Well, and again, he probably gets asked
of course
a dozen times a day about that shot.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody that asks him, even those that weren't alive then, will say they were in the dome that day.
It's kind of like the last year, right? When they packed the dome for the record.
Yeah.
Everybody in the world 5 years from now was there.
Absolutely. Yeah. But we were all there for the Memorial Day miracle.
Yes. Well, I actually was, and so were you. So we've got that going for us.
And if you claim to be there, because none of us had cell phone cameras then.
We didn't. Sure didn't. Yeah, nobody's going to be mad at you.
We all lived that moment in the moment.
It was fun.
NBA Finals get underway tomorrow. Denver is the underdog Just don't tell them that. We'll talk about it as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you've been thinking about ways to diversify your portfolio, secure the value of your assets, grow your wealth, think gold, Noble Gold. Go to the website, noblegoldinvestments.com. I have done this. Gold is a great, safe investment if you're thinking long-term, because it's only going to increase in price. So if you buy gold now, 10, 15, 20 years from now, it's going to continue to go up. Think about what the price of gold was in 1970. It was $35 an ounce. Now it's about $2,000 an ounce. Think about if you had bought back then. Look at what the price was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 15 years ago. If you're not sure what to do, go to noblegoldinvestments.com. They'll walk you through everything. They'll email you their gold and silver investors guide. Don't wish you did this down the road. Take the time today to go to the website, noblegoldinvestments.com. You're welcome to use promo code STAR for a free 5-ounce America the Beautiful coin that they're offering people that qualify. noblegoldinvestments.com. Go do it today. Go to the website, noblegoldinvestments.com. It's patio season, so get over to the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road to enjoy the great South Texas weather. As always, ice-cold beer and specialty drinks, happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6, and the kitchen is open late until 2 a.m. every day. Add the Roo Pub into your lunch rotation with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. You know there is no better place to watch a game, and they always have all the fights. The Roo Pub, next to the Angry Elephant, 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
When you're drinking a frozen beverage from McDonald's, your brain may not like how refreshingly cold it is, but the rest of your body, oh yes, it's gonna relish every moment of it, because there are drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's.
There's no better way to cool down than with this cool deal. Get a medium frozen Coke, frozen Dr. Pepper, or frozen Fanta for just $1.79. Prices at participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-497-9090. That's 800-497-9090. 800-497-9090.
Chase loves soccer. I'm Chase Carrera and I'm 12 years old. And his dream is to turn pro. That's why Chase and his family make sure he's always having fun and squeezing out his best with Go-Go Squeeze.
Okay, buddy, let's break for a Go-Go Squeeze.
Go-Go Squeeze fruit on the go pouches are a nutritious snack made from 100% fruit with no sugar added.
That's my boy!
Because when you nurture your kids, you squeeze out the best in them. Squeeze out the best with Go-Go Squeeze. Not a low-calorie food. Products range from 11 to 13 grams of sugar and 60 to 70 calories per serving.
Progressive covers pets in our auto policy at no extra charge. Now let's see what your dog has to say.
As a dog, I think Progressive's auto pet policy is... Oh, what is that? That's just my tail. Weird. Anyway, Progressive protects... There it is again. See? This is why I need protection. I'm so distracted. Nope, that is still my tail.
Progressive Auto Insurance covers pets for up to $1,000 in a car accident at no extra charge. And we think your dog would say that's great too. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage for cats and dogs included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/moving forward.
You could throw your flip-flop at a bug.
Ew, a bug, get it.
But the chances of actually hitting it
over there
are statistically,
it's still alive.
Unlikely. Good thing nature's got your back. Stem bug killers combine powerful active ingredients found in plants like lemongrass and geraniol and scientifically engineer them into effective bug-fighting formulas, safe for use as directed around people, pets, and throughout the home. Stem, rooted in nature, optimized by science.
Ribs, burgers, chicken. Submit what you grilled or smoked, and you could win a $50 gift card from Tri-County Meat Market.
So good and tasty.
Grilling with a Blitz. Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. NBA Finals finally get underway tomorrow night.
Jeez, finally.
Can we call them the NBA Finalies?
Finally, yeah, we can.
Finally,
sure.
Finals. Game one. Now, it's one thing if you're a Miami fan, it feels like, man, the finals are just getting here. Whoa, real quick.
Right.
Denver, you've had more time to prepare for game one than, I don't know, most people have to plan for a vacation a year from now, it feels like.
It's going to be interesting to see if that affects them at all. Obviously, they're going to be rested. You got to give them that. But sometimes too much rest is not a good thing, especially this time of year. They should be completely healthy. I mean, I would think nobody's got any bumps or bruises, but it's going to be interesting. And it's that old adage, rest or no rust.
Rest versus rust.
That's
what you're looking for?
No.
Oh?
It's not what I'm looking for.
It really is.
No, because rest for Denver versus playing for Miami. So how would you say that? Rest versus
the rest,
no rest.
The rest debate is too much rest. Are you going to be rusty? Are you out of your rhythm? And so that is what Denver is facing. Are they the better team? Absolutely.
Are they?
They are the better team. Does that mean they're going to win? I mean, Boston was the better team than Miami
on paper, yes,
and in seeding and everything else. So Miami rolls into the NBA Finals as an 8 seed. Mike Malone, the Denver Nuggets head coach, says don't talk about them being an 8 seed.
Well, as I told our team, man, forget the 8 seed stuff. I mean, they beat Milwaukee 4-1, team that had the most wins in the NBA this year. They beat Boston 4-3, and they're up 3-0. Team with, I think, the second most wins in the NBA this year. So you get to the NBA Finals, it's not about seeding anymore. And for those that are thinking that this is going to be an easy series, I don't even know what to say to you people. I mean, this is going to be the biggest challenge of our lives. It's the NBA Finals. This is, you're trying to win the first NBA championship in franchise history. It's going to be the hardest thing that we've ever done, which is the way it should be.
It's going to be insane. Look, I don't know who you're rooting for in this series, and because obviously here in San Antonio, I don't think we, at the end of the day, give a damn who wins. But, for Denver, you've got something to root for because it would be their first championship in franchise history. For Miami, Jimmy Butler. I want him to get it because I like Jimmy Butler.
When you look at it, I'm a little mixed, which is why I haven't said purposefully who I'm picking in this series because honestly, I'm torn. I mean, before 3:00 tomorrow, I will make a decision and but I like this Miami team. I really do. I wanted to pick them against Miami. Against Boston, but I couldn't because, I couldn't come up with a reason other than I like them to pick them. So I took Boston. It was kind of similar here. But I also like this Denver team and the similarities that I see in Denver to that Spurs 99 team as we celebrate the 24th anniversary of Sean Elliott's Memorial Day miracle shot. You kind of look at this Denver team, small market, all nobody gives them any respect. I don't know. They just remind me of what it was like back then for San Antonio, right? And I think that factors in.
Sure. And what makes that more interesting is you look at Joker, who's saying, Tim Duncan is who he modeled his game after, right? In a lot of ways. And so I think, in that respect, it is. It's very similar to the 99 Spurs. They want to get it done for the first time. I just think they're up against a scrappy bunch in Miami, a scrappy bunch that not only is playing well, but they've got a lot of heart and they just refuse to lose, man. I mean, they just refuse to lose.
But at some point, that will catch up to them. And does it catch up to them in the NBA Finals? You look at a lot of teams that play with a lot of heart. They're disciplined. They don't make a lot of mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And they're able to out-execute better teams on paper.
Right.
Until they run into that buzzsaw. And is the Denver Nuggets going to be the buzzsaw for the Miami Heat?
Well, it could be. Look, nobody's had an answer for Joker. Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So the Heat aren't alone in that respect because he's just been going off. So, yeah, we can talk about that all day long, and I've heard people already. They have no answer. Well, nobody has. So I don't know what Spoelstra's going to do to try and slow the Joker down if he can do anything. But when you look at everything else, I don't see a lot of difference there.
Well, I mean, it's the NBA Finals. There's going to be a role player that you're not sure of who the hell they are that's going to have a big game.
Yeah, Miami's already had that.
Miami had that in the Eastern Conference Finals. But your starters are still going to have to play like stars. Mm-hmm. And that falls on Jimmy Butler.
Sure.
And Jimmy Butler had some clunkers in the Eastern Conference Finals as far as shooting percentage goes. But the guy never loses his confidence.
Mm-mm.
So even when he's not shooting the ball well, he's always aggressive. He's going to stay aggressive. That's just what he does. And, Mike Malone was talking about that. I mean, Jimmy's talented. He's a great basketball player, but it's all the other intangibles that makes him special.
You could get into the basketball, the skill level. For me, when I look at Jimmy Butler, what separates him from most players is the drive, the competitive spirit within him, relentless attack. And it was really cool seeing the press conference they showed from last year when they lost, and how everything he talked about in that moment kind of came to fruition a year later, and he has this team back in the finals. So I think what makes Jimmy hard to guard is we know he's talented, he's big, he's strong, he can get to his spots on the court. He has the gift of drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line, but he's a big moment player. He's not scared. He's tough. He's relentless, and he's a warrior. And I think that's why from the play-in games to that first round series against a really good Milwaukee team with great defensive players, like Drew Holiday said, it didn't matter who was guarding him. Jimmy was going to get where he wanted to go. So, and it's not just on Aaron Gordon. It's on all five guys on the floor to try to slow him up and to give him different looks. And we'll be ready.
And they will be. Malone will have that team ready to play. And I'm looking forward to a good series. I don't see a 5-game series. 6, but I'd like to see a 7-game series. Let's take this thing the distance.
I'd love that.
Yeah.
And I think the NBA, and let me rephrase that. I know the NBA would love that.
Yes,
and their TV
would.
Partners.
Of course.
They would certainly love a long series. When you're looking at the ratings for Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals were through the roof. Right? If the Joker comes out, and I saw somebody on the YouTube channel, and if you're watching on YouTube, you can comment there and subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel, commented the Joker's going to average a triple-double. And he might. Jay Glenn said that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either, but what is everybody else going to do, right?
That's it.
What is Murray going to do? What are some of the other guys going to do, or how does Miami counter them? If game 1 is a blowout, and it might be,
could be,
it might be. And I heard Mike Jimenez say this earlier today on Jimenez and Spence, the series is over. And I hate to call Mike Jimenez out, but he's dead wrong on that.
Yeah, you don't hate to call him out.
Well, and look, I didn't realize it until a few minutes ago. Today
I was wrong.
Today is a Michael Jimenez type holiday. It is National Flip Flop Day.
Oh, I didn't know that.
How appropriate.
Wow.
because Michael Jimenez will have to flip-flop on that comment by game 4.
Well, I think so too. I mean, and when they heard it, I wanted to drive off the road. It's like if Denver wins by 15, this series is over.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Not if you've been watching the Miami Heat play.
Exactly.
I mean,
right.
that's the thing. Game 1 is going to be interesting for a variety of reasons. You go back to the rust debate. Have they had too much time off? Do they come out rusty? Miami, how fatigued are they after going 7 games against Boston? Now, granted, they planned ahead like every team does, although it's always a story. They planned ahead and they flew from Boston straight to Denver. They planned as if they were going to win that game and treated that appropriately. But I do think altitude could factor in, especially game 1 for a team that's already going to be a little bit more fatigued. Now, we can talk about that. Eric Spoelstra says, don't give me any of that.
We're not even getting into any of that stuff. Our guys are in great shape. They're ready to compete. If Denver wants to tip this thing off at the top of Everest, we'll do that.
Play in the parking lot.
This thing is going to be decided between the 4 lines. They also got to come back to Miami if we want to make it about that. We'll turn off the air conditioning. They got to play in 90-degree humidity.
I don't know if Spoelstra remembers LeCramp, but the Miami Heat playing with no AC is not a good thing.
Yeah, but he doesn't have him anymore, so I don't think that he has to worry about cramping and crying about how hot it is. Poor baby. But I'm looking forward to the series. I think it's going to be a good one, and I agree to some extent that Miami's got a real opportunity. I think in game 1, I think they have a real opportunity if you buy into that whole rust thing. 10 days off's a long time.
It's a long time.
It's hard to stay in shape, game shape for those guys sitting around. You scrimmage all you want, but I mean,
shape,
still
rhythm, all
absolutely.
of it. Again, but that's why, even if the altitude and fatigue gets to Miami in game 1 and Denver with that crowd going nuts is able to roll off I'm not judging this series on what I'm seeing on game 1.
Of course
not.
And
I'm certainly not going to make a proclamation the day before game 1 that if this happens, the series is over, because Miami's just too damn good.
Of course they are. And they're not going to get that. They lose game 1. They lose them both in Denver. The series is not over. So, yeah, this is going to be – I'm hoping it's going to be a good series.
2016 since Miami's gotten a win in Denver.
They're due. Wouldn't you say?
Denver's won 10 in a row.
Well, I'd say
at home.
All points to Miami, does it not? I'm still looking for that. And maybe
we're going to do our Friday beer bet on a Thursday, by the way. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're shopping for a new vehicle, you need to go see my friends at Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira Itonado complex. Very easy for me to tell you about and recommend Ancira because I am a longtime Ancira customer, and it's because of their great customer service before, during, and most importantly, after the sale. That great customer service is why Ancira has been a top family-run dealership in San Antonio for decades. And Price made Ancira number 1. Price keeps Ancira number 1. So think Ancira. Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira Itonado complex on I-10 West between Wurzbach and Huebner.
It's Rim Wrecking.
That's a grown man's jam.
Board busting.
Throws it down. Oh, what a dunk.
Big ballin' basketball.
He hammers it down.
That's nasty. It's the NBA Finals. Heat, Nuggets, for a shot at basketball's ultimate prize. Hear it as it happens on your home for the NBA playoffs.
Get out the way.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Mornings were made for better things than rheumatoid arthritis or RA. Xeljanz tofacitinib is a pill for adults with moderate to severe RA when tumor necrosis factor blockers did not work well or could not be tolerated. Xeljanz can help relieve joint pain, swelling, and help stop further joint damage. Xeljanz can lower your ability to fight infections. Don't start if you have one. Before and during treatment, your doctor should check for infections like TB and do blood tests. Serious, sometimes fatal infections, cancers including lymphoma and lung, blood clots, serious heart-related events, tears in the stomach or intestines, and allergic reactions have happened. People 50 and older with heart disease risk factors have an increased risk of death. Tell your doctor if you've had hepatitis B or C, have flu-like symptoms, are prone to infections, or have ever had a heart attack, stroke, clot, or other heart problems, or swelling of lips, tongue, throat, or hives. Ask your doctor about prescription Xeljanz. Visit Xeljanz.com or call 1-844-XELJANZ.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver, leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets. Order online at metalsupermarkets.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there, providing hot meals, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding.
To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Hello, I am Jason Thompson, a lawyer for us. Since 1994, I have helped people injured in car, truck, and motorcycle collisions right here in San Antonio. I don't have a clever nickname. I'm not the law lion, the law gun, the hammer, or some other tool. I'm a practicing attorney. When your life is upended literally by a negligent driver, it can be overwhelming. Dealing with insurance companies is, in my opinion, intentionally complicated and frustrating. Why? The fewer dollars the insurance companies pay, the more they get to keep for themselves. You need an experienced attorney to help you make the best decisions for yourself and your family. And that's what I do. That is who I am. Jason Thompson, a lawyer for us. I'm a phone call away, 210-900-0400. The call and the consultation are free with no obligations. My number again is 210-900-0400, or just remember, alawyerforus.com.
Ready for some over-the-top professional football, San Antonio?
San Antonio Gunslingers football games are played on a field that's half the size that make the action twice as fast, up close, over the wall, high-scoring, and fan-friendly.
Come see your San Antonio Gunslingers take on the Orlando Predators this Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. at the Freeman Coliseum.
This Sunday, the San Antonio Gunslingers are hosting the Make Some Noise game. The first 1,000 fans will receive a pair of Thunder Sticks.
You want affordable family fun? How about tickets as low as $10? Kids 12 and under will get in free with a paid adult.
All fans can go down on the field after the game for a free meet and greet with the players.
So let's make some noise at the San Antonio Gunslingers game this Sunday afternoon at the Freeman Coliseum at 3 p.m. For tickets or more information, go to sanantoniogunslingers.com.
See you at the Freeman Coliseum this Sunday at 3 p.m. for the San Antonio Gunslingers Make Some Noise game.
Limit 1 free kids ticket per paid adult ticket.
This is Michael Jimenez, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Enjoy flip-flop day, Michael. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Next Tuesday, the San Antonio Missions are going to be back in town. The hated Wichita Wind Surge are going to be here at the Wolf.
The hated. Big rivalry, huh?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Sure. Hey, if A&M and LSU can be one, why not?
Imagine the radio guys for the Wind Surge. What kind of nickname does the Wind Surge really have? Because Wind Surge kind of blows. I could only imagine having to say that through an entire broadcast.
I just want to say Surge. That'd be all right. Or Windy.
The Naders.
Naders.
Naders. Yeah, you can't talk about that in Kansas.
Yeah, no.
Too real. It's close to home. Literally. You want to win a family 4-pack of tickets to go see the Missions on Tuesday?
I do.
It's $2 Tuesday.
Oh.
You can't.
I mean, you know people.
I do.
I mean, you could get tickets if you really wanted to go Tuesday.
Family 4-pack?
I'd love to go, but I'm busy.
On Tuesday?
Next Tuesday?
Yeah.
Actually, no, I will be in town.
You will be. Early flight Wednesday?
Yes.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Sand and water.
Uh-huh.
Cold beverages.
Cool.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
But if you'd rather be at the Wolf, be caller number 9 right now, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller number 9, you're going to get a 4-pack of tickets to go see the Missions and the Wind Surge next Tuesday night out at the Wolf.
The Wind Surge.
The Wind Surge.
You know, so I'm wondering, did they have one of those names that people were not happy with, so you just had to come up with something? Wasn't it the Wichita? What was it before?
Well, I'm trying to think because I know when in the old Central Hockey League days, they had the Wichita Thunder.
Right.
Because with the Iguanas, we'd go there and we'd play the Wichita Thunder.
Wichita for baseball used to be something else.
Well, you know, you got this Google thing and right in front of you. Wichita Wind Surge.
Yeah, let's see what they were.
They've got an interesting logo, that is for sure. They're a Minnesota Twins affiliate. This is great radio.
When you look down and you see the Cedar Rapid Kernels, I want a hat with that on it.
You want that on a hat?
I want that on a hat. That looks like a cool logo.
Dude, there's so many cool minor league logos.
There really
out
are.
There.
There really are. Wichita Wingnuts.
They were the Wingnuts.
I don't know if they were or not, but that's a thing. I'm not sure what that is. The Wranglers, that's it.
The Wranglers?
Somebody just tweeted that in.
Oh,
or
man.
Texted in.
Wingnuts are so much better.
So why would they want to change it from Wranglers to Wind Surge?
Well, when were they the Wingnuts? Well, Wingnuts.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to see who this is. This is yeah.
In September 2018, the city of Wichita paid $2.2 million to the Wichita Wingnuts to break their lease, demolish the stadium.
I think we should start
the
a
city
campaign.
later announced a new $75 million stadium would be built to host the AAA New Orleans Baby Cakes, who agreed to relocate to Wichita beginning in the 2020 season as the Wind Surge. So really, the Wind Surge were the Baby Cakes.
So you couldn't be the Wichita Baby Cakes?
It doesn't really have the same ring to it.
No, I guess not. Man, we had to start a petition to bring back Wingnut. I think that should be it.
I mean, they're right up there with the Savannah Bananas.
So what? And as I look at their logo, Jason, all it is a dog, a baseball with a face on it and a wingnut on top.
Really?
That's it.
That was their logo?
I mean, that's so now the baseball with the mean face looks like a bunny rabbit. I like wingnut.
The wingnut was pretty good,
I
although
think so.
That hat's a little bit more duncy looking. I don't know. I think you're onto something with the Cedar Rapids Kernels.
I like it.
You
right?
need to get one of those hats.
Isn't that an awesome looking logo?
That's a good looking logo.
I like that.
You see our friends over at Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds sponsored a small baseball team, and they were the Chicharrones for a weekend.
Oh, I like that.
And that logo was pretty cool.
Yeah, what was that logo like? Because you never know what a pork rind's going to look like.
Google. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
This is San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville, and always at ESPNSA.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
We have a possibility where Victor Wembanyama could make his Spurs debut. It could happen in the California Classic Summer League, July 3rd through the 5th out in Sacramento. The Spurs will be there. UTSA Roadrunners are going to open up their season in Houston on September 2nd. Football schedule was released today. Army comes to the Dome on the 15th, and the Runners play at Tennessee on September 23rd. Rangers lose to the Tigers 3-2.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champion.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. 6 o'clock hour here on Wednesday, I think.
It is Wednesday. It's not Tuesday. It's Wednesday.
All these minor league teams that people are telling us to check out.
Well, minor league teams, that's the beauty of them, is their mascots and logos are pretty cool. Who was it? The Macon Bacon?
The Macon Bacon.
Like that.
Although when I was doing minor league hockey many, many moons ago, we had the Macon Whoopie.
Oh, that's good too.
And well, what was great about the going to a game in Macon, and by the way, the Whoopie is a leaf. Go figure.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what they tried to tell us.
Yeah.
They sold a whole lot of gear with leaves on it. Because it said Macon Whoopie. But it was the only press box I've ever been into in my life that served whiskey.
Really?
Yes.
To you?
To anybody. I mean,
wow.
I mean, you walk into the old press box at whatever old arena they played in, and they had wings that weren't very good and other press box food. They had water, they had soda, and they had Jack Daniels and something else.
Nice.
Yeah. Those were great broadcasts.
Yeah, I'm sure they were.
And you always figured because it's hockey.
That was the Iguanas?
Yeah, that was the Iguanas. Now, granted, it seemed like every hockey player back then, probably still now, but I can only speak to my experiences with the Iguanas days, is all those, they're all Canadians. They all wanted to drink Crown Royal. Everywhere we went, it was always Crown Royal.
All right.
And, we had a deal. Remember the old Krabby Jacks there on 281?
I do, yeah. Yeah.
I remember all their crappy wings that were in the press box.
Oh, yeah.
Every game. But, all the players and broadcaster, we got to go to Krabby Jacks, and it was always free. It was either free or somebody there was going to pay for everything.
Krabby Jacks was one of those places. It was just, you kind of like going, it was a cool place to go to, but it always felt dirty and kind of sleazy.
Well, it was.
I don't know.
That was the attraction.
I guess
when
so.
you're in your 20s, it's fantastic.
Well, yeah, sure.
I mean, if you are single,
Jacks.
If you're single, it was very good for a lot of people.
Well, it was.
And some people didn't even have to leave.
Huh.
I mean,
yeah.
It was one of those places. It was fantastic.
Now, I was just did you witness this, or were you a participant? I mean, I'm just wondering.
I ate a lot of wings and drank a lot of alcohol there at Krabby Jacks.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I was going somewhere with that. Oh, so the hockey players, they would always get crowned, and that's what you would drink on the bus. The problem is when you're traveling with a bunch of hockey players, the pranks are endless.
I'm sure.
And if you fell asleep on the bus, you were going to wake up without an eyebrow. Guaranteed.
Nice.
You would wake up without an eyebrow.
Did that ever happen to you?
No.
Oh.
Now I did have a Sharpie on my face. One time we were in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it's wintertime. Bunch of guys, everybody was out. I think we were playing Tulsa like 2 nights in a row. So it was cold, snowy, and some of the dudes, some of the rookies, some of the veteran players went into the rookies' rooms, stripped the beds, took out a bunch of furniture, and then filled up trash cans from the bathtub and soaked the beds and left the windows open. So it was like So these boys come back from the bar and they walk into their room, and there's no sheets on the bed. There's little furniture left in the room, but everything is iced over, and they had to crash like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Other hockey players, they're used to it.
Good pranks.
Yeah.
Good pranks.
I don't know if that's a good prank.
It was a hell of a prank.
Well, as long as you weren't the victim of said prank.
Well, that's true. Or, when the coach found out the next morning from the hotel manager.
Is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
It is time for the Headline Blitz. On the Blitz, the last day of May, you're getting a lot of football schedules that are being released. All the bowls have been announced, and certain TV games have already been announced, and that's a big deal today. And for the UTSA Roadrunners, we know of at least 3 games that are going to be on national TV.
Yep.
Not a streaming service, not a where is that channel. like real television.
Yeah.
Real.
FS1.
That's big.
ESPN.
Yeah, they open up September 2nd at Houston on FS1.
Nice.
That's going to be big.
Be a good game.
The Army game, which is a Friday, which I hate. College football game should not be on a Friday. But that game's going to be a 6 o'clock kickoff in the Alamo Dome on ESPN.
Nice.
Not 2, not Plus, not 3. Big boy, if you got DirecTV, 206. That's big.
Or 24 for the rest of us.
Okay. I wasn't sure where it was. USF, that game on ESPN 2 at 8 p.m. Tailgating for that one's going to be fantastic.
It will be fun.
Is November 17th, is that a Friday game too? That might be a Friday
they have
game.
3 or 2 of them, I think. So I know the Army game, and then there's one other. The one that's on ESPN 2, yeah.
Yeah, November 17th is a Friday.
Yeah.
And then the following week, the Tulane game could be the 24th or 25th, but that's Thanksgiving weekend.
So you don't think that Tennessee game will get any play? I mean, they go to Tennessee.
At Knoxville, they haven't announced a time yet. And I wonder there because you're falling into the SEC TV parameters.
Yeah.
As opposed to like the Houston game, they're on FS1 because that's at Houston, so that falls under the Big 12 contract. The other games, the Friday games, because the American does have a contract with ESPN, but you don't generally get a prime Saturday, but you want on national TV, you play that thing on a Friday.
No, there's no question. Now, I would submit to you that UTSA Houston has become a bit of a rivalry game. And I say that because remember UTSA went up to Houston when they opened up their new stadium and beat them.
Yes, they did.
First game in there.
Yes.
And then you have the, what was it, triple overtime game last year?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, right down to the wire. It just seems like these games have been good. So I'm going to say that, to me, is the definition of a rivalry in the making.
When you look at in the making, and with Houston going to the Big 12, you wonder if they're going to keep that game long term.
I don't know.
And you talk about rivalry. You remember old Dana Holgerson bitching about fake crowd noise and all that. I mean, you need that for a good rivalry. You need some trash talk.
That's rivalry.
Although
stuff.
UTSA's main rival, I still think is North Texas.
I would, I mean, okay.
Some of you might argue Texas State, but
nah,
you got to win some for it to be a rival.
Texas State, you'd like, and I wish they would have that game every year, but
they do have it this year in the Dome.
They do, but Texas State is just not up to the
good. They're not good.
They're not. They're not up to
now,
the task.
We'll see what G.J. Kinney can do there to try to turn things around.
He'll help it, sure.
I mean, offensively, I expect them to be better. He's worked the transfer portal well, and he's certainly done a far better job than the previous coach of working high school coaches in the state of Texas. No offense to my buddy Jake Spavital, but remember when he tried not to recruit high school and just do it all through the portal?
Yes.
It didn't work.
Didn't work out.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Texas State be better. They're just kind of in a weird spot, because you're in between San Antonio and Austin. So, good players, what are you going to do? You're going to go to UTSA or Texas, and weird spots. Hopefully G.J. Kinney can do something with that program.
The interesting thing, and this is going off on another tangent, and I know Kenny just picked up a transfer portal quarterback out of Auburn.
Yeah.
Right? He's getting some guys. And he can recruit. And I hope he does well. But the minute UTSA announced football over a decade ago and announced Larry Coker as their first coach, they became more relevant on the national scale than the Texas State Bobcats, who've always been in their bubble there in San Marcos. And they've placated to the Austin market all these years to get 20 seconds of Austin television behind 3.5 minutes of UT news.
That's true.
As opposed to trying to own San Antonio long before UTSA ever had a program.
Yeah.
I mean, from going back to Bob DeBest days, they have screwed that up. When Wacker was there, obviously, and trying to think, who's the David Bailiff.
Yeah.
They used to really play into San Antonio big and do everything they could to own San Antonio. And then Texas State lost their way with Manny Matsakis and focused everything on Austin, and it's been downhill ever since.
Wow, Manny Matsakis.
that was an experience.
That was the Bill O'Brien of Texas State.
Well, one whole weird year.
Oh my gosh,
with Manny Matsakis.
That was horrible. Look, I wish them well, and I think G.J. Kinney will recruit everywhere, and I think he will make a. Well, I mean, he did very well here in San Antonio.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
So I think, I think he'll change that thing around. How long it will take, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll get to see him in the Dome.
We will see him in the Dome, and I will say, I mean, they've done some good job, a good job of raising money. If you haven't been to that stadium in a while, I mean, it's fantastic up there. They've got the facilities.
Yeah,
they got everything, and I do think with Don Coryell taking over as athletic director, they now have leadership in place to go in the right direction. But for so long, it just felt like they didn't. Like they got everything they need to be big, except they just haven't taken advantage of it.
It's a great town.
San Marcos?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Sure is.
I mean, I know a guy who spent a lot of time up there eating Cheez-Its.
Yeah. You did. In the pro shop at Quail Creek Country Club, which is no longer there, by the way, and that makes me sad.
Well, should also make you sad. The Cheez-It Bowl is no more.
I know.
You didn't eat enough of them recently.
I ate a lot of them.
But not enough for them to keep their bowl sponsorship. The Cheez-It Bowl is no more. They've been replaced by Pop-Tarts. The Cheez-It Bowl is now known as the Pop-Tart Bowl.
So you go from salty to sweet.
Yes.
Sometimes you need that change of pace.
Well, again, there are times, I mean, snacks are snacks.
Yes.
But you think about, when the winning coach of the coveted Cheez-It Bowl trophy, would get dumped with, the Gatorade bucket full of Cheez-Its. What are they going to do now with Pop-Tarts?
Well, that's not a thing. He didn't get dumped with
Cheez-Its. Yes, they did.
I'd have been really irritated by that.
A waste of good crackers?
Well, yeah, and I'd rather get dumped with Gatorade.
Well, it depends on how cold it is in Orlando.
It's not cold in Orlando.
In December?
Come on, it's not cold in Orlando.
It could be raining.
Could be doing that.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I don't know.
The Pop-Tart Bowl.
I didn't even know there was a Cheez-It Bowl. Okay, honestly. So who the hell cares?
There are so many bowls to keep up with.
Exactly.
If I read you a list of all the bowls and sprinkled in 2 or 3 that weren't true, you wouldn't be able to know which ones weren't true.
I wouldn't know at all.
No.
Now, the ones you do know, right? The Alamo Bowl, obviously.
Yeah. By the way, that was announced Thursday, December 28th, 8:15. Put it on your calendar.
Pac-12, still Pac-12 and Big 12, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The top teams outside of the college football selection.
Right. And it's always a good game.
Always.
I don't think have they had a bad one? I can't remember.
It's been a while. I mean, they generally end up with great games. I'm looking for the list of all the bowl games.
That's why ESPN likes that too. They always, and it's usually the only game in town on that day. For whatever reason, it works out that way.
Well, it's the nightcap of that Thursday. Remember, last year was a bit of a disaster because they were up against the Cowboys game.
That's
Cowboys Titans.
That's right.
Yeah. So we get the Bahamas Bowl, the New Orleans Bowl, the Cure Bowl, the New Mexico Bowl, the LA Bowl, the Independence Bowl, the Myrtle Beach Bowl, the 47 Hats Bowl, the Frisco Bowl, the Boca Raton Bowl, the Gasparilla Bowl, the Birmingham Bowl, Idaho Potato Bowl, 68 Ventures Bowl, Hawaii Bowl, Quick Lane Bowl, First Responder Bowl. Which one did I say wasn't real?
The 69 what?
68 Ventures.
Oh.
In Mobile, Alabama. I just said one that wasn't real. Do you know which one?
Well, I know the 69 Venture one is real.
That one is real. It's still 68.
Oh, it's still they haven't graduated to 69 yet, huh?
That's a different bowl game.
I wasn't listening to you, so I have no idea. Except I got stuck on the whole 68 thing.
You didn't really get stuck on 68.
Well, I got stuck on 69.
Yes, you did.
So that threw me off.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to explain?
Well, I don't know what that is. Is that a company?
You don't know what is.
The 68 thing. Is that a company?
Because you know what the other is.
Well, of course.
but that's not a bowl game.
No, well, it could be.
Well, not televised on ESPN.
I bet it was not on ESPN. No.
That's a whole different channel.
It's televised somewhere.
Not quite the Puppy Bowl, but
Is the 68, what'd you call it?
it's the 68 Ventures Bowl.
Well, what the hell is that?
Well, it's a company name apparently called 68 Ventures. Again, Google. It's going to be December 23rd in Mobile, Alabama, 7 o'clock on ESPN.
Well, I can't wait. We'll have a party.
I hope the gear is good.
Transforming the Gulf Coast.
Well, there you go.
Real estate services that deliver results for clients, customers, and partners.
See?
There you go.
And
69
that's why they
Ventures.
sponsor 68 Ventures.
They're in Daphne, Alabama.
It's still 68 Ventures.
They ought to change it. They get more play.
Well, 69 Adventures, you might get blocked by. I said adventures too, didn't I?
They're in Daphne, Alabama.
Where's that?
In Alabama.
Daphne.
I only know that from
Scooby-Doo. The only Daphne you've ever known, right?
I think it is, actually. I don't know if I've ever met another Daphne.
I've met some Wilmas, but never a Daphne.
I don't know if I've ever met a Wilma.
Well, I just had a Daphne, apparently.
Oh, really? Oh, boy.
Of course he has. His nickname is Shaggy for a reason. 2 + 2 is still 4.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's talk NBA Finals.
You want to?
Not really.
Okay. How about the Cowboys?
We can
do brag on them?
When in doubt, talk Cowboys.
Yeah.
Injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and go and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray, casting, and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com. That's tsaog.com.
It's Rim Wrecking.
That's a grown man's jam.
Board busting.
Throws it down. Oh, what a dunk.
Big ballin' basketball.
He hammers it down. Oh,
that's nasty. It's the NBA Finals. Heat. Nuggets. For a shot at basketball's ultimate prize. Hear it as it happens on your home for the NBA playoffs.
Get out the way.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, Jason Minix here for Noble Gold and their website, noblegoldinvestments.com. If you've been thinking of how to secure the value of your assets and grow your wealth, you need to think gold. After the latest bank failures and other economic news that could devalue the dollar, gold is a safe investment to secure your wealth. If you're not sure what to do, that's not a problem. Go to the website, noblegoldinvestments.com. At Noble Gold, they will walk you through everything. They'll even email you their gold and silver investors guide. Go look at what the price of gold was in 1970 up until today. Go and look at what the price of gold was 10, 15 years ago. A lot of people wish they would have bought back then, either in physical gold or an IRA. Don't wish you did this down the road. Go to the website today, noblegoldinvestments.com. Use promo code STAR for a free 5-ounce America the Beautiful coin they're offering people that qualify. Mark it down to due today. noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com.
Get the last water softener you'll ever own and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE Kinetico.
Visit KineticoSA.com.
Tired of garage clutter? Garageization can organize your garage with cabinets, shelving, overhead racks, and more. Right now, buy 8 feet of shelving and get 4 feet free. Learn more at GarageOrganizationSanAntonio.com. GarageOrganizationSanAntonio.com.
Is it time for a new lawnmower? Visit our Crush the Summer sale at Bill's Tractor and Equipment. Bill's Tractor and Skag have teamed up to bring you incredible savings on residential and commercial mowers just in time for the summer season. Skag mowers are tougher than any job you could throw at them. Tough and heavy. Skag is simply the best. 0% financing is available on select models with approved credit. Bill's Tractor has been helping Texans with 35 years. Come by Bill's Tractor and test drive a new Skag mower or go to BillsTractor.com.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
What if you could build a six-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating a six-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons, best-selling author and executive producer of a new Hollywood documentary called The Baby Boomer Dilemma. In this film, economists and Nobel Prize-winning PhDs from Wharton, MIT, and Stanford share a strange concept I call the retirement discount. It gives you more retirement income with the same dollar saved, and your money is never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even people who are on track have shifted money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you are over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money, call to get a free copy of this brand new movie, 1-800-578-3535. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you get it completely free, plus 2 hours of bonus behind-the-scenes footage. No credit card required. Call right now. 1-800-578-3535. That's 1-800-578-3535. Again, 1-800-578-3535.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Tomorrow on R&R in the morning, Denver, Miami, the NBA Finals get going. We break it all down. We also take a look at the Wemby Watch, which we have every day because why not? Now back to the Blitz. Jason, who cares if the Longhorns are the talk of the SEC? Win something.
Of course, Rudy. That's your Aggie showing. When are you going to win something?
Aggie showing?
It's amazing.
Is Rob rubbing off on him or what?
Big time.
Apparently.
He flip-flops. He's like Jimenez when it comes to college teams.
So he's celebrating today too.
He's just he's just ultimate troll when it comes to college teams. And that's what he loves to do. But yeah, I do find it interesting that the Longhorns are such a talk at the SEC meetings when quite frankly, they're not even in the SEC. They don't have any vote at the table, but they're allowed to come to the party, and they've been dominating. I mean, even, all this scheduling talk about 8 or 9 games, and it does appear that the SEC, not this year but next, will do away with the East-West and just go with general standings.
I like that.
They'll still have a championship game.
Sure.
But the two best teams, as opposed to the East winner and the West winner.
Yeah, but typically that's worked out pretty well, right? Alabama, Georgia.
Yeah, except when it's not. But, even like Chris Del Conte, who, again, he's just hanging out in Destin for a weekend on the company because, just, hey, this is where the meetings are, right? Well, I mean, his input, I imagine, is taken seriously, even though he doesn't have a vote. You think about the 8 games, the 9 games, and there's been so much debate. Del Conte likes 9.
I'm personally in favor of 9, and partly because we have an imbalanced schedule. Remember, we play OU at a neutral site. Yeah. So having 4 conference games at home and 4 on the road really works well for us from a balance standpoint and value add to our fan base in Austin. It'd be difficult to go, if you look at what Georgia, Florida go through, sometimes they're a 3-5. And that makes it difficult, right? You're trying to balance out a schedule. So we're coming from the Big 12. We're used to a 9-game schedule. It works well, especially with the neutral site game.
And that makes good business sense. It
Absolutely.
makes great business sense.
I look, more SEC games, the better. I mean, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just good football. I feel bad for some of these small schools, though, that rely on SEC teams, Big 12 teams, some of these Power 5 conferences to get paid. And some of that will go away. But, I mean, the more SEC football as a fan of SEC football, that's what I want to see.
We all want better games throughout the year.
Right.
So when you look at the number of non-conference games that you get, and it's fun when you get the big matchups from Power 5 teams,
right?
Which you don't see enough of, in my mind, unless they're manufactured TV events. You know, like, was it last year, 2 years ago, Oregon playing Ohio State at Jerry World?
Yeah.
You know, and again, you get those great early season matchups that get you excited more so than, say, A&M against App State. Although that turned out to be a hell of a game. Nobody really wants Texas and North Texas, although North Texas needs the money.
Right.
And with no preseason in the college football, you need an easy win. You need to make sure your third string guy gets some reps. And, you know, some poor team needs 800,000 to get their ass kicked because they need 800,000.
And they don't mind. I mean, I would imagine UTSA is going to get paid by Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
Right. So, and UTSA needs that money. And that's what, if you do away with those games, then some of these teams are going to miss out. And that could be a problem for them because they rely on that stuff.
Although the reality is, and I know Nick Saban was like, well, we've got contracts. You break the contract, you can pay the school.
Yeah, absolutely.
It does make me wonder, though, will they add in one more regular season game just to be able to, one, increase revenue? Like you just heard, you know, Del Conte talking about. I mean, there are going to be some teams that are going to have years where they only get 3 home games. That sucks. And it's hard to make your budget if you only have 3 home games, if you have a neutral site game somewhere on your schedule. So do you add in an additional game to the regular season, and you can throw out the other college kids, their student athletes in this NIL world? You know, I wonder, will they add in another regular season game because they want the money, but those other schools, those smaller schools, are probably going to lobby for that.
I don't know, because once the playoffs expand, you're talking about more games.
Sure.
And then if you add in another regular season game, you're going to end up, you know, close to playing NFL football.
Well, I mean, why not? It's already feeling like the NFL, is it not? I think I've heard somebody that sits across from me every day for 4 hours say that a gazillion times.
And it's absolutely true.
And the more football, the better in my world.
Well,
So,
that's
I mean, honestly, I mean, and you realize the teams that are going to make the playoffs are so few when you look at the total number of teams out there. But as we are going to these super conferences, trying to schedule just conference games is going to be a nightmare. Then you get in your non-conference. I mean, look at what we've seen at the high school level as districts have expanded. Look at the Northside district. Right? Remember, you used to get 4 or 5 non-district games and then 5 district games, 6.
Yeah.
Now you get 1 or 2 in some districts.
Yeah, some you get 1.
And the challenges are so great. High school, I could see they're not going to go 11 regular season games, right? You know, you're not going to see a team say, well, screw the bye week. We're just going to play 11. But I could see that happening in college football, just to be able to get another game on the schedule for your gate. And then for those smaller schools that still want to get paid so they don't leave out. And that is the selling point to adding that extra one. It's because, you know, little directional school needs the paycheck.
Well, they do. But I mean, what do they play? 12 games now?
Mm-hmm.
And then once the playoffs expand, there's only 12 teams. So it won't affect everybody all the time, right? But,
and again, those teams that are likely playoffs, do they really? I mean, if Georgia or Alabama or Texas A&M played one more game, is it going to hurt? I mean,
So you mean if Georgia or Alabama played one more game, would it really hurt?
Sure. I mean, TCU might have something to say about that.
They may, and they did.
Right. But I mean, you look at it, I think that's the next step.
I don't know. I think coaches would scream about it. Now, ADs would probably be happy for the reasons you're stating, but I think coaches would scream. I think they would throw a fit. I mean, is it Saban already who's not for the 9-game schedule? He wants to keep it at 8?
Well, because he likes the extra cupcake.
Right. So that's where you're gonna have to come together with the coaches.
The problem with a team like Nick Saban, more conference games, more SEC quality games, more chances of a loss. That's one more chance against great competition. Right? Just the same reason why Texas and Texas A&M, one of the many reasons that they didn't want to play a non-conference game late in the schedule is because you've already had this brutal schedule. Now you have this big game, and what if we're rolling along and then we lose that game? And, but if you add in another game, I could see that being the payday for the smaller schools, and you get that extra cupcake, that extra week of gate, whether people show up or not. Because let's face it, when North Texas is playing, or even the UTSA game,
they're going to show up,
but they're not always sold out, and they don't stay. But they buy the ticket. The ticket is sold as part of your season ticket package, and that is what the university is looking for.
Then you got to get rid of conference championship games.
No, that's too much money.
But you have to.
That's too much money.
Nobody's going to go for college football teams playing 15, 16, 17 games a year. They won't do it.
Follow the money.
It's not happening.
Follow the money.
Now, where I will say, I'm going to pull my inner Deion Sanders. You want to get paid like a big boy? Go play like a big boy.
There you go.
Okay, fair enough.
You go.
Let's make it 17 games.
And if what Chris Del Conte just said is something real that the athletic directors have to be looking at. If you go and you have a neutral site game like they have with Oklahoma, and I know there's money involved there, but it's not the same as having a game on the 40 acres. You're going to have years with 3 games. How do you make your budget that year? You have to add in that extra game. Just follow the money. That's going to be the next step.
You know what? I am convinced because, hey, these players want to get paid, then go play. Stop whining, go play.
It's the way I am.
Stop whining, go play.
It's just like the NFL, isn't it?
Absolutely. See, or if you don't want to play that many games, I'll tell you what, just kick back some of that cash you got.
Oh, that ain't happening.
Well, then you better play.
So let's see. We started the segment 6 minutes ago with you. Against that, 6 minutes later, you've come around.
Well, I have and it's not because of you.
Oh,
because
the hell it ain't.
Because of Deion Sanders.
Oh.
I forgot about primetime. Talking about big boys get paid like big boys. You should go play like big boys. I agree with you, Prime. Prime time.
It's almost like, well, it's nothing like. It's bad transition.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It's like playing in the summer league, and like Fred just tweeted us again, and we've tweeters all day have been talking about the Spurs going to the summer league in Sacramento.
And they will. The Spurs will be there.
They will be there. But will they actually debut Wemby there? And I don't, as long as he is still playing in the playoffs, the more playoff games he has over in France, the less likely I think we see him in the summer league, especially these first 2. In fact, John Hollinger tweeted out, "We'll be absolutely shocked if Victor plays even 1 second of summer league. So don't get your hopes up. But first summer minutes for one of either Scoot or Brandon Miller likely to come with the Hornets in Sacramento against San Antonio."
Yeah.
I mean, you got the first summer league game in Sacramento is San Antonio against Charlotte. Pick 1 against pick 2, or at least the teams that own those picks. I just don't know that Wemby plays in Sacramento. We know he's already been announced as a meet and greet type at the Summer League Fan Festival thing that they're going to do in Las Vegas. But even then, I don't know if he gets on a court for the Spurs in Las Vegas.
Are they going to put him in a cage and you can go feed Wemby for a quarter? I mean,
a dunking booth.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, for a small fee.
Yeah.
You can throw the ball at him, see if you can get him to fall in the water, and then
keep in mind, if the France playoffs go the distance, he could be playing basketball in France up until June 20th.
Mm-hmm.
The draft is on the 22nd, and then you're talking about a couple of weeks until Sacramento. So if it goes that long, I wouldn't expect to be seeing him.
Well, that's and again, I want to see him.
Sure, everybody does.
I want to see him play. I can't wait to see him in that Spurs jersey.
Well, in the meantime, you can get to go to NBA.com and watch him on there.
Not quite the same.
No, it's really not.
But you just wonder if he wins a championship, does he leave the arena soaked in champagne, get on a private plane and fly over to get ready for the draft? Does he have to stick around in France for their parade?
Well, obviously he's hoping and his team's hoping it won't take until the 20th. Could end before that.
But still, does he have obligations to stick around?
I don't know.
I mean, the parade.
Don't know the answer to
the
that.
Interviews.
They have parades in France?
I have no idea.
Well, they might. I don't know.
I mean, we need to have a parade here the day after the draft, man. Have a river parade. Wemby is here.
Joint pain is
He can bring that trophy with him. We'll celebrate.
Absolutely.
What do they call their trophy? Doesn't matter.
Wee.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
Sounds like a good name.
A wee for a trophy.
A wee for a Wemby.
Everything last night was wee. Good Lord.
Oh my goodness.
Wemby's not playing in the summer league.
I don't think so. Vegas maybe, Sacramento, long shot.
I would not book a flight to Sacramento. I would not.
So is this true? On YouTube, is it Wiki One?
Mm-hmm.
You were upset they didn't sell Summer League champion T-shirts at Academy?
I think that was a joke. That was a little sarcastic. It's been so long, I really don't remember when Becky Hammond led that team to a Summer League championship. But yeah, I probably wanted a T-shirt.
You probably
then.
did. Yeah, I'm sure
they
you
didn't have anything at Academy. Because it's been since then that we've had something to celebrate.
That's very true. I got excited when they won that championship in the Summer League for Becky Hammond.
Mm-hmm. The NBA Finals get underway tomorrow.
Yeehaw.
Finally.
Yes.
Finally, we get to game one. We'll talk about it as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. If you're looking for authentic sausage, the kind you could find in butcher shops back in the old days, then Kielbasa smoked sausage is what you've been looking for. You see, Kielbasa makes their legendary smoked sausage in small 150-pound batches with only fresh, high-quality ingredients, never frozen meat. They never add fillers or chemicals that you can't pronounce. Then it is smoked over real hardwood. Real smoke, honest meat, slow crafted. What they say is in their products is exactly what is in there. That is what they mean by honest meat. At Kielbasa, they are proud their ingredient list is short, straightforward, and doesn't require a PhD in chemistry to translate, because the only way they can guarantee it's the best sausage you've ever eaten is by using only real hardwood with their uncompromising slow-crafted method, fresh spices, and yes, only honest meat. No fillers, no enhancers. If it's not the best sausage you've ever eaten, just give Michael Kielbasa a call and he'll give you your money back. His phone number is on the back of every package sold. Real smoke, honest meat, slow crafted. Go get some Kielbasa today.
Listen, joint pain is a thief. No two ways about it.
That's football legend Emmitt Smith, who knows a thing or two about pain.
It steals your joy, your time with family, or doing things you love. It can even steal your livelihood. But QC Kinetics can help put a stop to that.
Don't hand everything over to pain. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, a cutting-edge technology that helps relieve pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back using healing properties directly from your own body.
It's easy. Get treated in the office and walk right out afterward.
Simple, right? And QC Kinetics' remarkable all-natural treatments deliver long-lasting relief without surgery or long recovery times.
Don't let soreness or achiness rob you of doing the things you love. Tell that pain, not today, not ever. You've got QC Kinetics on your side.
Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318.
0318.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to start getting conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life, celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates, it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/moving forward.
You could throw your flip-flop at a bug.
Ew, a bug, get it.
But the chances of actually hitting it
Over there!
are statistically
It's still alive.
unlikely. Good thing nature's got your back. Stem bug killers combine powerful active ingredients found in plants, like lemongrass and geraniol, and scientifically engineer them into effective bug-fighting formulas, safe for use as directed around people, pets, and throughout the home. Stem, rooted in nature, optimized by science.
Chase loves soccer.
I'm Chase Carrera and I'm 12 years old.
And his dream is to turn pro. That's why Chase and his family make sure he's always having fun and squeezing out his best with Go-Go Squeeze. Okay, buddy, let's break for a Go-Go Squeeze. Go-Go Squeeze fruit-on-the-go pouches are a nutritious snack made from 100% fruit with no sugar added. That's my boy! Because when you nurture your kids, you squeeze out the best in them. Squeeze out the best with Go-Go Squeeze. Not a low-calorie food. Products range from 11 to 13 grams of sugar and 60 to 70 calories per serving.
Progressive covers pets in our auto policy at no extra charge. Now, let's hear what your dog has to say.
As a dog, I think Progressive's auto pet policy is... Oh, what is that? That's just my tail. Weird. Anyway, Progressive protects... There it is again. See? This is why I need protection. I'm so distracted. Nope, that is still my tail.
Progressive Auto Insurance covers pets for up to $1,000 in a car accident at no extra charge. And we think your dog would say that's great too. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage for cats and dogs included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
All guests appearing on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star appear on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jay Semenix. It's a Wednesday. That means tomorrow's Thursday. That means we're giving away a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market tomorrow. So if you've done some grilling over the last couple of days, you know you took photos of that great meat on the grill, uploaded at ESPNSA.com, the Grilling with the Blitz page. Because tomorrow, Joe will get to do one of his favorite things.
Judge your meat.
That's what Joe really loves to do.
I like to do that.
Speaking of Tri-County Meat Market, just got a text from Joe and Roger, although I believe Roger has taken Joe's phone. We've been out at the ranch all day. How do you guys talk since 3 o'clock, 3 hours and 40 minutes straight? Blah, 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 blah. So, all right, cool. Kidding. We've been working out here on the ranch, castrating cows all
nice.
day.
Nice.
That's pretty interesting.
You know, that would be interesting.
Not really. I don't really want to know what that process is, what those sounds are like. You know, there are things that happen in this world that I just don't really need to know how it happened.
Well, I hope they like numb them or something first, right? I mean, you're not just like whacking the
I mean, when you think about, there are times that, you know, people tell us things that they're doing while we were on, right? I've never had somebody say they've been listening to the show while castrating cows.
Well, apparently they have.
That's a first for me. Now, I don't know that he's the first person that's listened to the show while castrating cows. It's the first time I've heard of it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, before I heard that story, hey, Joe, I need a brisket. But now I'm not sure. I'll ask somebody else.
Well, he'll still get you a brisket.
I know he will.
He'll get you the best brisket out there.
But I'm going to let somebody else.
Well, I'm sure he's going to wash his hands.
You think so?
Yeah. Have you met Joe?
I have.
He's a clean dude.
Yeah.
You ever been in the back of that area? You would think it would be. It's not. It's spotless. You could eat back there.
I think I went back there once when I had something to pick up.
You had to pee?
No, I had something to pick up.
Yeah. The special brisket. The special bag of stuff.
Exactly.
Yes. Bag of stuff.
I think Joe was very happy to give that to me.
I don't think he was.
I think he was.
I don't think he was.
You should have seen the bag he gave me.
I know. I know.
All right. Well, have fun, fellas. Castrating cows.
Yeah. Where do you go from there?
You can't castrate a cow, right? A cow's a female. So it's got to be a steer, or a steer is after it's castrated.
Well, I think,
see, how does this work?
I think those are called bulls.
It's a bull to a steer. Is that right?
I don't know.
Somebody knows.
Well, I'm glad I don't know.
I want to know now.
I like a great steak. I don't necessarily need to know all the steps that go there.
Well, I'm with you as far as that goes, because it'd be like, going in the kitchen of a restaurant. I don't want to do that. If I like the food there, I don't really care what the kitchen looks like.
Exactly.
I mean, honestly,
I'll judge a place on their bathroom, but not necessarily. I don't care about the kitchen as long as the food is good.
I hear you.
Just have a clean bathroom.
Yeah. Okay.
This show has come full circle.
Well, it really has.
I mean, we start the show with Joe getting a story from a plumber in the men's room of a local restaurant.
Yeah, that was an incredible story.
So Joe couldn't hold it. Plumber's in there and then tells Joe a great story.
So we go from condoms to castration.
I'm guessing that has happened more than once.
Yeah, maybe so. Wow.
The moral of the story that Joe learned from the plumber today is don't flush your condoms down the toilet.
Do not do that. And it wasn't that wasn't the lesson for the fella. It was the lesson for the wife, who was busted because of condoms in the toilet, and a plumber found them.
In this particular case, the plumber was at a house, clogged toilet, unclogs the toilet, finds a bunch of condoms that apparently aren't flushable. The guy standing there says, that's interesting. I don't use condoms.
Don't use them.
Called his wife, who was busted.
And she really had to admit it. And
according to the plumber.
And that's it. This is all according to the plumber.
Who's also apparently a part-time therapist.
Well, I mean, apparently. But I had no reason not to believe the guy.
Well, sure.
I simply, and how this all started, the guy had his hose down the drain. And on the end of his hose, he had a camera. And so I'm looking at the monitor and I'm thinking, well, what's the weirdest thing you've ever seen when you've had your hose down the drain.
And why would you even want to ask that? It's a toilet. It's a hose going down a toilet. There's nothing but crap down there.
No, this was not a toilet. This was the
on the drainage drain in there. But for that guy, it's toilets, right? Like he pulled the condoms out of a toilet. I don't want to know what's on the other end of that hose. Just unclog the thing.
No, I looked at the monitor and I'm looking down and I can't really see what's going on.
It's a bunch of crap, Joe.
Well, and what looked like rocks. It looked like a cave. Okay, so I wanted, like, hey, what's the weirdest thing you've ever seen? What's the weirdest thing you've ever unclogged? Never in my wildest dreams did I dream this thing he was going to say 5 condoms or however many there were. There were several, according to this plumber, and they were large.
Mom. So the lesson here: don't flush your condoms down the toilet.
Don't do it
at your house because it could cause problems. Somebody else's house and you don't want to get caught could cause problems.
Good.
James Pledger, single man in the group.
Doesn't matter.
The only one that still has to use those things. Don't flush them.
Unless you can't afford a plumber. Now, if you can afford a plumber, flush away.
Even then, I mean, I don't know what you do now, James. You just take a baggie with you and then take them home and throw them away later. I mean, generally, you don't want to leave it laying around somewhere.
Isn't that why you save HEB bags?
It's not why I save HEB bags, but here everything's better.
Here it is. Woo!
So we start the show with Joe's lunch condom story and end the show with a couple of dudes castrating cows all day.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Follow Jason at Jason Menix and Joe Reinagle at Joe Reinagle 210 and always at ESPNSA.com.
Now, the rest of the story. Good day.
KTFM R&R in the morning. Tomorrow at 6.
Tomorrow on R&R in the morning, Denver Nuggets, Miami Heat. End of the super team era. The finals get going and we break it all down for you. NFL and, of course, the Wemby Watch. The party gets started at 6.
R&R in the morning. Tomorrow